Hello, lovies! In case you're wondering whose voice you hear each time you watch videos on this channel, well, that is my voice. And in case you're wondering who I am exactly, you may call me V. I'm a graduate of Master of Arts in English Language and Literature Teaching. I have 10 years of experience teaching in college. I used to be a broadcast DJ too, and I used to work for the business process outsourcing industry too. Right now, I'm a private tutor, business owner, and a young content creator here on YouTube. Thank you so much for your support. Keep on watching and don't forget to click like and subscribe. I'd love to do more videos for you guys. Happy learning! Much love! Mwah! Hello, good evening, everybody. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I hope you are doing well right now. Today is September 2020. It's Sunday here in the Philippines. It's probably Saturday in the other parts of the world or Monday, I don't know. But from whatever time zone you're watching this live stream, I hope you're doing great and I hope you are on a happy situation. Welcome to the channel Learn with V, and this is another live stream episode of the segment Ask V. And a quick shout out to the early birds that we have who are watching right now on YouTube and on Facebook. We have from YouTube Michael Escoto. Hello, thank you for joining this early. And of course, to my dear Jovelyn Havon, thank you so much for watching the live too. She said, hello po ma'am, pa-shout out. Hehe. I would love to watch, kaso my work. I know, I understand. Some people need to work during the weekends, but it doesn't matter. But I really do appreciate you being here this early. Thank you so much. Just the same, I want to say thank you to the people who've watched the last episode last Sunday, wherein we talked about the top 10 reasons why couples fight. So if you watched the live stream episode of that segment or the replay on YouTube and here on Facebook, I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And just in case you cannot watch the entire stream for tonight, it'll be recorded and uploaded on YouTube and on Facebook. So be sure to catch the replay episode as well. Now we have a lot of viewers right now joining us. Michael Escoto keeps on repeating, stay home, stay home, stay home. Yep, it's the pandemic era, pandemic season, so better stay at home. It's the safest way to save yourself from getting the virus from outside. And of course, like what I said, today we'll talk about another interesting topic. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of you can relate to this one, especially now that everybody is in quarantine and we don't really have an avenue to ask around what's going on in our relationships. But I'll, discuss to you the topic in a bit. Before that, I want to say a quick hello to Elmer Espino Mercado. Hello, thank you for watching. He's also on YouTube right now. And as we discuss the topic for tonight, please be sure to comment your questions, opinions, suggestions, whatever that you have to say about the topic. Be sure that, you wouldn't think twice about sharing your thoughts with us because we welcome every thought from you guys and we appreciate it when you engage in the discussion. That is the very purpose of this live stream, for us to have a virtual community wherein we could share our thoughts, problems, whatever, with one another. And please do not forget as well to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so yet. It's Learn with V. It's on YouTube, Learn with V. Right now, we are 576 strong subscribers. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate you guys. And if you haven't done so yet, please help me grow the community. All right. Now we have a lot of people watching us, so I wouldn't really take much, time giving you the introduction. For tonight, we'll talk about the top 10 signs that dude, girl, he or she is not just that into you. I'm sorry to rub more salt to the injury, but we got to discuss this one because a lot of us are hopeful that the person we like likes us back too. But unfortunately, that is not the case. And there are telltale signs to know that he or she is probably not really interested in you. You know, so for tonight, I'll be joined by my two guests, co hosts. One is a resident co host, and one woke up early for us. He's from Virginia, from another time zone. That is why I'm very appreciative of him. Please welcome my guests for tonight. They are dudes because we need some men in action, right? Of course, my resident co host. Hello to you, Sir Andrew De Luna.
Hello, good evening, good evening.
From Virginia. What's
Hi, good
up?
morning.
Yeah, good morning to you.
Early morning.
Dude, you know what? I appreciate it a lot that you had to wake up too early for this
No,
one.
no, no, no problem at all. No problem.
Cool. All right.
Same.
I just want you to meet each other right now. Justin, my
Hi,
cousin,
Drew.
please
Nice to meet
meet
you.
Sir
Hey,
Drew.
Justin.
All right, cool. This is actually awkward. This is the first time you're talking to one another, but we have to discuss a lot of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
Nah, it's okay.
it's a big topic.
I know, and I hope a lot of people are interested. In fact, I posted a poll on my Facebook page, and there were a lot of replies, a diverse replies from different people. We have women point of view, we have men point of view, and we have the queer ones, our LGBTQ plus community friends. So it's gonna be, an interesting topic for tonight. So we will not, waste more time. Let's dive into it right on. The telltale signs that he or she is not that into you. And let's begin with the first one. Here it is. I'm pretty sure a lot of us can relate to this one. He's not interested in you if he never contacts you first or he makes you wait. And she is not that interested in you if she avoids you for days and replies intermittently. But when she replies, her answers are either blunt or terse. So it's kind of a he said, she said discussion for tonight. So I'll throw the ball to you guys first because it's 2 versus 1. Let's talk about it. When people we like do not reply to us first or they do not initiate conversation with us first, does that mean that they don't like us really? Anyone can answer first. Justin, your thoughts?
I would say that it's like playing a basketball court. You know, you're passing the ball along. You're trying to get each other's like on the same level.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, like if the guy doesn't contact them first, maybe they're shy type, so they don't know how to approach
Okay. A little
the
lag in
girl.
there because, all right. Mm-hmm.
And if the girl avoids the guy, yeah, you made a good point saying if her answers are blunt, that means she isn't interested.
Yep. All right. I kind of like the analogy there. It's like basketball. You kind of want to gauge first how to deal with one another, and then eventually you decide if you're really into them or not. And the point that you made, that probably the guy is just shy. Probably he's into you, but he does not know how to approach you really because of his personality. Probably he's shy, or you're too out there for him. Yeah. What about you, Sir Drew?
I would definitely agree with what Justin mentioned. That you really you don't dive in. First and foremost, you try to understand the dynamics of how your relationship will go through with the next few steps that you will experience. What I'm saying is that there's this understanding of attraction wherein you first and foremost need to gauge um, your feelings and the possible feelings of the other person. So when I say attraction, it's really more of how uh, of as an individual understand what attracts uh, or what are the things that you get attracted with that person.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. I think we are on the same page when we say that there is an initial attraction between the two of you. It's just that you're trying to test the waters first if you're really into this person, or probably you're just attracted and you don't want to move forward in the kind of situation or relationship you may have with a person. So let's try to contextualize it. So there's initial attraction. You've been talking for quite a few days now, maybe a week or so, or probably months. And then suddenly, poof, he doesn't text you first, and she doesn't text you first, or whenever they reply to you, they wouldn't just give you, those mushy responses. Does that say that, they kind of lost the interest already? Probably the attraction was never that deep to continue on.
Hmm.
What do you guys
That's
think?
that, that's a little bit harsh. First and foremost, way to go with an example. But basically, that happens.
It
Um,
does.
but yeah, when the person that you are attractive with blows you off by not returning maybe your calls or even your texts, and the harsh part there is
Mm-hmm.
you waiting. That's the terrible part there. Um, you being not able to receive the effort that you gave that person, and somehow that's very, how can I say this? It's very masakit, so to speak.
Sakit-sakit.
It is. It really hurts.
Masakit yun. Kasi alam mo yun, yung you know that you're into this person, you know that you are attracted to this person, um, but the fact that the person was not able, at least to be honest enough to say kung ano man talaga yung if the person is not attracted to you or not. Pero hindi eh, they just brushed you off. Parang, or even if not, they just ignore you. That's the part where I'm even wondering why is it in the first part? Di ba dapat nasa pinakauna to? At least mga top five.
No, actually, I'm beginning with the harshest so that, our early viewers would get the gist of the discussion,
Oh,
because
okay.
Mhm.
at
Okay,
late night,
okay.
we might not have enough viewers anymore. So, what about you, dude, Justin? What do you think?
Um, in my side, what I see is not you can't be too much, but you also have to give some. Because when it comes to dating, you don't give a 80% or 90%. It's actually 50-50. Because like you said, you're testing the waters. So
Mm-hmm,
when I what I thought too is siguro busy sila. Maybe something came up and they can't really say anything. So
mm-hmm,
for me, of course, busy tayo with family and friends and work and school. I kind of like balance it out. Nah, okay, I don't have to reply them. Probably at the other side, they'll understand. Maybe I can say just a few things, but in their head, oh, blunt shot. He's saying small
mm-hmm.
things that doesn't really have interest. But I don't know. Remember, you have to think about the other side of the story. So never jump to the conclusion.
Yeah, definitely. I have to agree with that, because a lot of people might just assume or presume that, you're being dry and uninterested because of the way you converse with them. But the truth is, probably you're too busy at work, at school, or you have different priorities. So it's also important to communicate to the person that, I'm probably attracted to you and we're not yet in a relationship. I mean, I'm not trying to be harsh at all, but just so you know, don't expect too much from me at this point in our relationship, because there's a lot going on my plate. Probably that's your point.
Mm, absolutely.
Yeah. So you have to be honest about it, but do not be shady, or do not, give this little and mag-expect kasi whether you like it or you don't, especially in the beginning of the relationship. You have to be there for the person because you're trying to establish something with them, right?
Hmm.
All right, we have some comments right here. Just very quickly, we have to engage our audience. Michael Escotta from YouTube said, "Woohoo, sir! Jerens, tama ba spelling? Ha ha ha." He used your second name, dude. Jerens.
Oh, he did.
Yep. All right, another comment here from Larisa, our resident viewer. Hello, dear. She said, in the Pinoy setup kasi, may mga girls din na pakipot, or even guys. Minsan, they're checking if you're that interested talaga. This is what I hate about our culture. Why can't we just be blunt about what we feel? Like, tell the person, I like you. Or tell the person, I don't like you. Why do you have to play tags? I mean, push and pull. Hot and cold.
Remember, I mentioned basketball terminology. You made the
Uh-huh.
tag terminology. Because say here also in America, we we actually are blunt, being like straightforward to the person. Because if we're playing games, you can tell we're playing games. Kung talagang you're being serious with that person or you have interest, that's when you know you're playing a
Mm,
basketball game.
yep. Which is kind of cooler for me because I don't know, I may be a Filipino 100%. I've never been in a Western country before, but I do appreciate it when people are honest because you could set your expectations right.
Hmm.
Right? So if they just want to play around, come on, let's play around. I'm in. But if you want a serious relationship, then I'm in too. So whichever, right? You just know where you're starting from. Unlike what Larissa is pointing out in our setup here in the Philippines, it's kind of you have to guess. Does he like me? Does she like me? Are we playing right now? Something like that. Sergio, what do you think?
Well, for one thing, just to synthesize what you've shared for the first item, um, a little distance at the beginning is okay because again we are trying to be cautious, we're trying to protect ourselves, we're trying to understand and how to engage with ourselves and with the other person. But straight up we need to also be very honest with whether we're interested or not, because eventually your gestures, the way you act, will definitely give you signs that um, you're not really that interested. And try to reflect on this. You are very much half-hearted. You're not really brave enough to say what you really feel about that dynamic. And eventually you'll pile up with a lot of excuses. Yun yung very disappointing din eh, na you always keep on giving excuses after excuses, and eventually magkasaway ng tao sa'yo.
So like
Okay?
overthinking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Parang tama sa sinabi mo doon, Vina, parang am I really into this person? Is he really into me? Why is he just orbiting around me, or baliktad? Why am I orbiting to that person?
Mm.
Kaya because of not communicating your intentions. Kaya um, it's really important that you say whatever needs to be said already at the very beginning. Intindihan mo na kaagad kung ano yung para ma-establish mo na yung expectations kung ano saan mapupunta to, kung diretsong
Mm-hmm.
friend zone ba ito o to the next level na yung ano yung
Mm-hmm.
gagawin ninyo.
Okay. So yeah, we've raised it already. Culture has something to do with how we deal with our emotions and how we translate those emotions in words towards the person that we like. Siguro there's this concept then that here in the Philippines we're kind of scared of rejection. Like we don't know really how to handle rejection. Like if the person told us after telling the person I like you and then the person told you no I don't like you, how do we handle that? And probably in Western cultures it's kind of mas maluwag. Like if I told you I don't like you, okay, cool. At least I know,
Hmm? That's
Yeah.
correct.
right, Justin?
Or just end up being friends. You know, it's there's nothing wrong being friends if there's somebody you like. I say, um, you won't know that you guys are actually end up together.
Mm.
Hmm.
So it's like
Yeah,
breaking
and
the
probably
ice.
now you don't like each other.
Mm.
Yeah.
But in the long run, something will
In the long
happen.
run, probably you'll
Maybe.
end up together. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
exactly.
Probably.
Probably. FYI.
Probably,
Probably.
hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. But at least you're not, wasting each other's time and you're not starting off from the wrong foot. Kasi you
Yeah.
know to yourself where you're starting from, really. It's clear to both of you,
Tama.
right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, another hello here from Facebook. It's from Joyce Garcia. She said, "Hello po. Hello, Joyce." And then she has a comment. May mga girls din na pinipilit ang sarili nila kahit ayaw naman talaga sa kanila. Ouch!
Parang feeling ko maraming maglalabasan ng mga hugot maya-maya.
Actually, like what I told you in the poll that I made on Facebook, there were roughly 50 comments, which I'll be sharing in a bit to everybody. So let's talk about this point of Joyce first. May mga girls din na pinipilit yung sarili nila. Or let's generalize it. Meron ding mga tao talagang pinipilit yung sarili nila even if they know already that the person they like is not into them.
Basta wag nang
How do,
pilitin, ano ba?
how do you
Masakit
handle
yun.
that?
Well, how about you, Justin?
As a man,
Self-control.
Justin, self-control. But how do
Mm.
you deal with a person who is really showing you that she's into you, but she knows you've told her already, I'm not into you.
I changed the direction. I just changed directions. Instead of a left
Actually,
turn, I'll make a right turn.
Justin is
Yeah.
correct with that one.
Mm,
If the person is not really that into you, then just let it be.
mm,
Then go the other way. Because the more that you push yourself to the person who's not that interested with you, the more that you'll just set so much expectations, and the more that you set so many disappointments after that.
mm,
And
Mm-hmm.
eventually, sasabihin mo sa sarili mo na, what if, or yung mga sana mo, ikaw na rin ang may kasalanan kung bakit napunta sa ganong sitwasyon. Eh. You already pushed yourself so much. Even to the yung pinaka-worst part, a scenario maybe you gave everything already. Talagang kapag kinakailangan ka, nandun ka. Kapag meron siyang favor, yes ka kaagad. Pero in the long run, alam mo naman ginawa lang sa'yo, parang ano lang, parang nandyan ka lang. Pero in terms of being, for example, maybe intimate or maybe at least reciprocate the feelings that you have, it won't happen. I'm sorry, girl, it won't happen.
But how I wish that every man is like the both of you, na talagang bluntly they'll change direction or shift attention. But there are men out there, correct me if I'm wrong, or even women, that if they know you like them, they wouldn't shift direction. Instead, they'll take advantage of you. Diba?
Well,
They'll try
yeah,
to have you at the palm of, diba? Parang there are
palm of your
guys
hands,
like
yeah.
that or girls like that.
Yeah. Uh, it really depends on certain factors of a person's traits or maybe personality in general. We can boil it to one possible reason could that is that their understanding of pleasure, their understanding of being manipulative, to that context. But for one thing, there will be people who will take advantage of the situation, and um, and basically that's not a good thing. You're
It
pushing
is.
so many buttons at the same time if that will be the case.
Yeah. Your thoughts, Justin?
uh, not right now because hey, it's early in the morning. Let me refresh. Let me refresh.
Yeah, it's probably morning in there, but it's gonna be late night eventually in here. So probably we could talk about,
True.
the sexy stuff in a bit.
Yeah, actually, that's I'm waiting for that. It's still early. I'm waiting for 9 to happen.
Well, if
All right,
Kuya,
probably we'll reserve that subtopic in a bit because it's too early for Virginia. All right, now
Yeah.
we have another comment right here from Cara Riel Antonio. She said, "Yeah,
any
boys
drink.
always do that." Sure. Meaning to say, boys, they don't tend to text you first, or if they do, they give you, bits and pieces, but nothing really substantial. And even girls do that too if they're not really that into you. And then Norlin Victoria from Facebook, she said, just got in po, nawala net ko, sabi niya. Hi, Ate Kath, she said, to add up lang about sa pinipilit ang sarili nila, ayaw ka naman pakasalan, 'di ba? Kung ilang years na at di ka pa pinapakasalan, di ka gusto ng tao. Malinaw 'yon. Di ka gusto, di ka mahal. Oh, that is a blunt way to put it.
Me- me- Medyo ramdam ko yan. Ah.
Yeah, it is true. Like, there's the common sense there. Like,
Mhm.
their
Yeah, what's your
what's it
take on
called?
this?
Their their agenda. Like, what was their purpose to get you? Kung if it's to take up the long term, the long run, to in their future, of course you're gonna be part of that. Kung hindi, you're actually you're just not in that same spot. Meaning you're like the
Mhm.
side. You're not the main.
Yeah.
That's tough.
It kind of hurts.
It goes both sides sa
It
lalaki
does.
and
It is.
babae to lalaki. So you won't know because say once you're there, oh yeah, you just wasted time.
Mhm.
Hmm.
But I
It
have
is
to
harsh.
argue a little bit though, kasi it is, I agree. But for the sake of argument, I don't know, probably the guy is not proposing yet because he feels that he's not yet secure emotionally, financially. whatever reasons he might have for not committing to marriage level to the woman that he is in a relationship with. But it also depends on how long have you been together. I mean, if it's just been a year, 2 years, 5 years, well, understandably, there might be, some things that need to get fixed first, like finances. Where do we live? Or how do we get married? What about the wedding? How much do we spend? But if you've been together for 10 years, say, and the person has not proposed to you yet, but everything is settled financially, emotionally, or whatever, that's probably the time that you ask yourself, why did I waste 10 years with this person and I did not get any proposal from him, right? That's why we've been telling people ever since we started going live that if you're not in the same direction, the kind of relationship that you have, if it's not going the same direction, then don't pursue it, because otherwise you'll be wasting each other's time. What about you, Sir Drew? Guys not proposing to women, is that a sign that they're not really into them?
Um, that's a little bit messy for one thing, because you need to think of a lot of things why they are not proposing yet. So it could be that first and foremost they are clearly not yet ready, emotionally, cognitively, personality wise, they're not yet ready. Others would say na hindi pa sila financially stable, or they still uh, can't find ways to provide for the future family, kaya hindi pa. But for one thing, when somebody really, really intends to, or has the intent to propose, or to establish already, or to settle already, their minds are really set up.
Mm-hmm.
They already know na, alam mo yun, parang, let's face it, others are not even ready yet when they enter marriage, but they're they're I might sound wrong with this one, but they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get what I mean? Parang they're financially they're
Yeah.
not yet ready, but with the other aspects in their life they are. Sabihin natin may bahay na sila, pero at least may bahay na sila. Pero in terms of the other things, those they can work together. Yun yung pwedeng gawin nila.
So you're saying
So
like the material things that that guy is ready, pero like spiritually, like it's the external that he's ready, but internal is not. That's the thing.
yeah,
It's tough sa lalaki kasi they're supposed to be the leaders, they're supposed to be the providers, pero
yeah,
also they have to think of themselves na talagang ready ako o hindi. Kung hindi,
yeah.
ano gagawin ko?
Mm-hmm.
And mostly, particularly with men, they have this sabihin nating lingering thought na, am I really ready for me to share my life with another person? Kasi for the most part, they really have this understanding, oh yeah, there's something good about being single. I could meet a lot of people. I could go to a lot of dates. I could be myself. Pero once I enter this relationship and I will commit to that relationship, then it brings a little bit of an anxiety, especially when you're thinking of the bigger picture already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it takes a lot for a man to commit to a one woman.
Yeah,
I have to say, right? You're both correct when you said, in terms of materials, they're probably ready, but within them, probably they're not yet ready to give up the freedom that they enjoy.
yeah,
And
Mhm.
it all boils down to Norlin's point that maybe he's really not that into you. Yeah, he spent long years with you, but it's not enough to convince him to give up that freedom, probably,
yeah.
to
The
that
worst part
effect,
there
right?
is it is will be using Orlin's comment. Maybe the person just wanted some companionship, but not something deeper. Because if you want to have companion, at least somebody's there. You are sharing certain moments together. But in terms of really settling, it's not part of the list.
Mm-hmm. But that's unfair.
It
Very
is.
unfair,
Mm.
right? Because really, the reason for courtship, being boyfriends and girlfriends, is to really end up in marriage. If you just want to have fun, then don't commit. Just tell the person, let's just have fun for the rest of our lives. Let's be exclusive but not committed. Something to that effect. It's kind of ironic to put it, exclusive but not committed. I don't know if there's such a thing, but
So right now, there is such a thing. Maraming mga ganyan ngayon.
And then she added some more. Sabi niya, but what if there's oh my gosh. But what if there's a third party involved and yet tinanggap mo pa rin at wala pa rin proposal po? Sign na siguro yon na di ka gusto, mas lalong di ka mahal. Okay, now there's the third party thing. It's gonna be another topic to discuss. But if it's a factor, oh my gosh, this is getting complicated, more complicated even. May third party na involved. Probably the person was married before or it was in a relationship before, and then you came to the person's life, and then the third party is no longer there, but until now the person is not proposing to you, something to that effect maybe. We can only guess, but
It's a toss-up.
yeah. What do you think, guys? Sabi niya, may third party involved and yet tinanggap mo pa rin at wala pa ring proposal. Or probably they're in a relationship, they're committed, but the guy has another girlfriend and you, as a person, as a girl, okay lang sa'yo, but then there's no proposal. Dude, dun pa lang sa third party, you should have thought twice already. I'm not gonna be waiting for a proposal because you already gave me the reason why I should not marry you. What do you guys think?
Stop wasting your time. Move on to the next one.
Diba? That's already the blunt way of putting it, that he does not love you. That's the third party. I don't know. This is messed up. Pero yun nga, that's my opinion.
Mess. Yeah, it's a big mess.
Actually, it is.
Can you get the hint of I should stop because I'm losing my self-respect, and how can I heal if that person is on a different direction of their lives with another person? So what am I doing here? What I do? Take 3 steps back and self-reflect. What am I gonna do with this situation? Should I not be happy or be happy somewhere else? I choose happiness. Happiness is good.
Happiness is good. It is. It's actually the easiest path to take.
Pero guys, on another side of the coin, it's easier said than done. Maybe there are. We are saying it so easily, but if you come to a point of experiencing it, I'm trying to reread it and try to deepen my understanding with Norglin's statement or comment. In when you put it into reality, sometimes even though we have these kinds of complicated issues already, pero darating pa rin sa punto na mahal ko siya eh. May parte siya ng buhay ko eh. Yan yung part na ang hirap tawag dito, alisin. Lalo na kapag, tama naman sinabi ni Justin, na lalo na if you really, kasi you're trying to balance 2 things or at least choose between 2 things. Your own happiness or the possibility of you having a relationship. Hindi ko mas specify na good eh. Basta a relationship with this person. Kahit na alam mong toxic na yung relationship or kahit na alam mong this relationship is not going anywhere. So, mahirap talaga siyang bunutin kung saan kasi ang complicated kasi ng dynamic niya. Isa siyang kailangan mo munang masampal. Yan. I mean, alam mo yun, para kailangan mo masampal ng sobrang malakas para if you get what I mean, para maintindihan mo. Yeah, para masabi mo sa sarili mo, okay, tama na to. Pero matagal yun, guys. Kasi matagal yun. Okay? Parang ako yata mahuhugot dito.
Probably for the 3 of us, No, probably for the three of us, tayong tatlo, we will agree when if I say na ang non-negotiable natin when it comes to relationship is, cheating. Probably that's one of
Mm,
our non-negotiables. Like if you cheated on
yeah,
me, that's it. Black and blue. I mean black and white,
yeah,
we're done. But with other
mm,
people, probably it's their negotiables or one of their
yeah,
negotiables. Like, okay, you cheated on me. I'll forgive you. Let's try again. Okay, you cheated on me again. Let's try again. It's normal that you cheat. So, as long as you stay with me and I'm your official girlfriend, we're good. There are
yeah,
people who are like that. Diba?
Unless it's an open relationship.
yeah. Unless
Yes.
it is, mm,
Uh-uh. That's also true. Diba? Unless talagang you've agreed to it na we can date other people while we're together. Pero in the context that Norlin sent us, parang there was no such thing. It's not an open relationship because it was termed third party and then there was no proposal. So she mentioned here, I don't know if she liked our comment or loved it. Precisely. Thanks for answering. Haha, she said. Yeah. But you know what? We could not enforce our point of view to other people. We could only give you our 2 cents and opinion about the
yeah.
matter. It's really up to the person if she'll stay in the relationship, regardless if there's a proposal, if there's a third party, or none, or both, whatever. Sa kanya pa rin yun. But in our case, if we were in that situation, definitely third party, no proposal, we're out.
Mm,
That's it's
Diba?
much
But we respect
harsher.
your decision.
It's much harsher because it's like
Mm-hmm.
you're actually put in the corner into darkness. Nah, you have nothing to. You didn't have any signs enough. Like, oh my goodness, I'm actually putting myself in more down than before. So why would I have to be
Mm-hmm.
like that?
Yep.
It's like I say in America, there's other people who don't see that, and that's why with me as a friend and as a colleague, nah, okay, you can vent to me, and I can hear. I kind of analyze things what to say because minsan in their eyes is like, oh my goodness, I'm wrong, I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's like telling themselves like, oh, I'm bad, I'm bad. Like no, I will lift you up, and I want you to understand what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So, but in this kind of situation, talaga, you really have to get yourself out of there.
Mm-hmm. And you have to think long term too. What if you stayed and then it's gonna be more difficult for you to get out of it? Parang mas na-hook ka na, parang mas lumalim na yung situation. And like now, you have reasons to escape easily because you're not married. What if you
mm,
married the person, tapos may cheating involved? How will you get out of the relationship? It's gonna be more chaotic than how it is now kasi kasal na kayo. So there's gonna be divorce or annulment or I don't know, whatever. Mas mahirap siya. But yeah, that's just us. Still, your choice, right? And then from Facebook, Michael John Ronquillo Escota said, pinagtagpo pero di umabot sa dambana, referring to Norlin's topic or subtopic. And then he added, dating to marry. Yes, that should be the idea. But nowadays, that's not the case, especially that we're in quarantine. We're dating because we're bored. We just want someone to talk to. Right?
Unless you have a
And
mask,
event
yeah.
Uh-oh.
Unless you
it
have a
works.
mask, yeah.
It works.
Uh-huh. But then yun nga, like going back to our initial discussion a while ago, there is attraction between the two of you, and then eventually the intensity of the engagement diminishes in terms of the person not, reaching out to you first, not replying to you fast, unlike before, or not giving you answers, long responses. I have a question about this to you guys because,
Okay.
we need male perspectives.
Mhm.
Um, for example, you admitted it that you are into this girl, you like the girl, and you are conversing via text or via phone call, but your replies are one word, 2 words, 3 words, no sentence, no paragraph whatsoever. Does that mean you're not into the girl? If you're just giving, yeah, IDK, uh huh, LOL, stuff like that. You're conversing, you're replying, but there's no depth in what you tell the person. Is that a sign you don't like the girl?
You take it, Justin.
It's like you're waiting for me to I have to do something to say. I mean, good way to wake me up early in the morning. No, no, no. It's not in a way. Like I said before, I think it's just the shyness. But at the same time, if you're not entertaining the girl, it's like, of course they're gonna lose interest. It's like you're just wasting their time. That you're not attractive, you're not approachable. You can't even handle you can't handle a situation when you can hold a conversation with that person. Because what attracts people is how you're open. You're open-minded. You can share intellect. Because at the same time, if you're being blunt and being only two words, like, okay, I can tell that you're one, you're shy, or two, you're not really interested. Because it's
Mm-hmm.
self-esteem talaga in a way. How can I don't know what to say. You have to learn how to break the ice and
Break the
confidence.
ice.
It's nice
Mm-hmm.
when a guy break the ice because it makes the female feel more comfortable, and you have that advantage now. What are you gonna do with it? Once
Mm-hmm.
you have her, it's your choice.
Yeah. So two things. One, either
Mhm.
you're shy. Two, you're really not interested. And three, probably you're not good in conversations. You probably have a lot of to share, but you're not well versed when it comes to articulating yourself, maybe.
I took a communication class in community college. It taught us
Mhm.
how to speak with small groups, and the whole class, and then the teacher. Because sometimes introverts, they don't like that small that small conversation, like being open. But extroverts are very open,
Mhm.
so it's balancing within those two group of individuals.
All right, cool. Nice response. What about you, Sir Drew? Is the person into you, not into you, just because he's giving you one, two word replies?
The reason why na pinauna ko si Justin kasi I feel attacked sa question. because I because when I text, except if it's a business dialogue with another professional, they're quite long. But for for other people, you know me, dude. You know me, V. It's either
Yeah.
yeah, sige, okay.
You're
that's
the
how,
queen
that's how
bee.
that's how I am. But going back to the question, is it I forgot. I wasn't able to catch if the scenario is nag-uumpisa pa lang yung relationship or malalim na.
Now, it's the initial kind of relationship. Yung parang getting to know each
Okay.
other stage. You know, you're
Okay. Okay.
engaging,
Okay.
but you're dry.
Okay.
Mm.
So basically, I'll just try to pick some inputs from Justin's comment a while ago. Um, you're just starting off, so don't expect that you are to communicate constantly with each other. So you need to respect each other's space and the time na meron sila. Now, eventually once na lumalalim na yung pag-uunawa niyo sa isa't isa, yung understanding niyo sa isa't isa, then one good sign is that the person is into you because they communicate. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Kahit simpleng good morning lang yan or kahit simpleng kumain ka na ba. Eventually, in the long run din naman, ganito kasi, I'm not saying that I'm a professional with these things, but with the articles that I've read, normally when you start off, in terms of communication, when you start off in a relationship, minimal yung communication, and then kapag papunta na sa malalim na part, nagiging mas malalim na rin yung dialogue with each other. Once na naging official na kayo and after so many years, mas kumukonti na naman siya because once again, you have your own life as well. So ganun yung dynamic niya. So hindi siya yung parang you start off na marami kayong you communicate with each other constantly sa pinakadulo, same thing. No, it's not.
Yep.
Hindi siya ganun. Okay?
Agree.
Mm-hmm.
So um you cannot control these kinds of instances. It really
Mm-hmm.
boils down to the point sinabi ko kanina, when you really expect na dapat mag-communicate siya, once na hindi siya nag-communicate sa'yo, once hindi niya binalik sa'yo yung mga text, once na hindi niya ni-reply yung mga messages sa kanya, then you're not really disappointed with the experience. You're actually the reason why you first and foremost feel that kind of disappointment. Ikaw yung gumawa ng sariling disappointment mo, hindi kayong dalawa. Kasi unang-una sa
Mhm.
lahat, sasabihin ko na itong hugot na to, unang-una sa lahat, hindi pa kayo. Walang kayo.
Walang kayo.
So, huwag kayong umasa na meron at merong mangyayari. Wala pa nga, di ba?
Oo, wag masyadong
Tune in next
assuming.
week.
But that's true, but that's true. Oo, minsan yung expectations yun talagang nakakasakit sa atin because we think we're already, getting into something deeper with the person. Yun pala, 1 week pa lang natin kausap, 1 month pa lang natin kausap. And not
Totoo
everybody
yun.
dives into the relationship on the same depth, 'di ba? Merong mga nafo-fall agad, merong mga it takes a while for them to realize that they're falling in love. So, yeah, that's also one way to gauge the situation, right? So, but to conclude the first item, he or she never contacts you first, or he makes you wait, or he gives you terse or blunt responses. It's not a 100% or a foolproof sign to tell that the person is not into you. There are multiple factors to consider, but then do not be too dense din naman. Like,
Tama.
you'll feel it in your gut. Like the person is not really into you. You'll feel it in your gut. Kahit pa
Yeah.
sabihin natin the attraction was there before. Right? So, yeah.
Yeah.
So again, there are reasons why he may not contact you first or he makes you wait, but try to learn the patterns too. Kasi if they're repeating patterns, that means probably he's not into you. But if for like Monday, he failed to reply to you quickly or he did not reach out to you first, tapos bumawi siya by the weekend kasi dun siya free, then you could tell something's going on nicer than you thought. Di ba? Okay. Ayan. I'll just share to you some of the comments that we have from Facebook dun sa poll na sinasabi ko sa inyo. And they're much harsher. Eto, this is from Lala. She said, I am not into the person kapag nag-message siya, sabay delete, hindi ko man isisin. So, ibig sabihin, if the person message her, wala nang basa-basa, erase agad. O, diba? Nakakaloka.
Yeah, you should know that you're just part of his game.
Uh-huh. So, yan, sabi niya, these are confessions of our friends from Facebook. Then number 2, inaya mo mag-coffee or kumain, sabay sagot, busy ako may gagawin ako dami dahilan para di makasama. So, you're making excuses not to be with the person. That's also one of the signs, probably. And then number 3, sabi niya, sinabi mo sa kanyang gusto mo siya, matagal na, sabay sagot ng, ha? Bakit ako? Dami diyang iba. Ha ha ha, sabi niya. And then, in short daw, yun yung mga ginagawa niya if she's not into someone. Ayan. Yun ay coming from Lala, confessions of somebody who refuses other people who are into her. Another comment from Grey Heart Filia Fullbuster, he said, he or she ignores you. I think it has something to do with number 1, never contacting you first or probably not replying to you sooner. Eto, medyo mahaba din to. This is from Dressier Manalus. Sabi niya, ayaw kang ipakilala sa friends niya. We'll talk about that one in a bit. And then number 2, syempre minsan lagi kayong magkasama. Pag tinanong if ano ba kayo, sasabihin niya, friends lang kayo. Usually kasi if he or she is into you, sasabihin niya, what? Usually kasi, if he's not into you, sasabihin niya, ewan ko. Or if she's into you, sasabihin niya, ewan ko. And then number 3, pag yung conversations niyo one-sided lang. And number 4, the steamy one. Pagtapos na ang one night nyo, syempre, mag-expect ka na merong mutual feelings, pero next day, di na magre-reply. Outs. Jeje, sabi niya. All right. Those are some of the some of the comments from Facebook, and I'll read the other half of them in a bit. So let's go now to number 2. Ouch. This is another ouch one. He cancels repeatedly or she constantly flakes on plans. Ayan. Ito yung medyo pinaasa kang umuo siya. But then right on the hour na dapat magkikita kayo, dude, something came up. I cannot see you. Not even days before, dude, the last minute changes. Yun yung mga masasakit Nakapag-makeup ka na, nakapag-ready ka na. And then eventually he'll just say or she will just say, I'm sorry. I have to cancel. Something came up. So, guys, gawain nyo ba yan?
good, Mr. Drew. You're
Exactly the truth.
answer the first one. The ball is on your court. Please address our.
Can I give it to V?
Oh
Parang
Actually,
my
feeling ko
gosh,
yes.
parang
Hot
feeling ko
seat.
hot seat sa atin to. Hindi mo
Yeah,
siya
it's like
ano.
yung sa lalaki, you're pointing at the lalakis.
yeah, kasi I don't know. If you're throwing the ball to me now, sige, I'll answer you very honestly. Ako personally, if I'm not into the guy, I wouldn't even say yes. Because you know how much it takes for a girl to prepare to meet a guy? Or how long it takes for us to meet a guy? Kung talagang gusto namin, it takes hours. So why would I waste hours on a guy that I'm not into? So hindi ko sasabihin sa'yo, yeah, let's hang out sometimes or yeah, let's meet this weekend kung di talaga kita gusto. But with some guys, sabi ko nga sa inyo, merong mga lalaking they play around, they try na take advantage of the girl na parang, all right, cool, let's meet. Tapos biglang last minute, the boys called, blah, blah, etc. So,
My
kayo.
boys call me up. Oh yeah.
Di ba?
Ako, my opinion, I would try to reschedule within the next day or 2 days. Kung like it's if we plan Thursday or Friday, I will make it up on the weekend because you have the extra time to actually to change plans. Because it means that if you're working or work came up saying, oh, can you come in for that day, you can tell, oh yeah, a legitimate reason na, oh, I'm actually busy. Let me get to you. Cause say with not just my like relationships, also friendships. You know, if somebody flakes on you, like, oh, that sucks. Pero don't feel bad. Try to reschedule. Cause you'll know it, and the next plan is better than the first plan. And tsaka maybe they're shy. You know, you're shy or they're shy.
I'm kind of proud of my cousin, you know, with the kind of, you know, 'cause I have to say it kasi parang you're one of the nicest dudes, the cool, nice guys out there. Now, if you bailed out on a date or whatever, you'll try to reschedule because, you know, it means that you respect the person's time. But some people, they wouldn't care at all. Diba? Others wouldn't fine.
I mean,
That's
at
why I
least give
said
it
I'm
a
proud of you.
try. At least
Yeah.
give it a try. Cause say, who knows? You like the person or the person likes you, and it's worth trying for.
Mm-hmm. Oh, ano naman eh, what do you have to lose if it's just a first date or a second date, diba?
Hmm.
Cool, awesome. Proud of you, dude. I just had to say that out loud.
Well, let pray. Get it?
What about you, Sir Drew?
Let us pray. Paper money.
That's great.
There's our inside joke when I was there. So
Yeah.
that's
Anywho,
Yeah.
yung tissue
paano
paper.
ba? Yeah. I think we did that too nung bata-bata rin ako.
Wow.
Anywho, yeah, the good old days. Anyways, going back, sa akin kasi, it's more of, at the very beginning, dapat nag-schedule na kayo. So, you already know your schedule, the person knows their schedule as well. So, kailangan mag-reserve kayo talaga ng time para doon. And if you are to bail out all of a sudden dun sa schedule, just make sure that it's a life or death situation. Alam mo yun, duguan ka na. Wag naman po sana, pero parang ganon. Hindi naman yung ano, yung all of a sudden because you're just tired or all of a sudden you are you lost interest. If you're tired because of work, then be honest enough to say that. And then also have the courage to, sabi nga ni Justin, to allot another time for that. Okay? And then, of course, syempre, the time has been done. Lalo na yung sinabi ni Dina, when women out on dates, they really prepare for it, especially if they're into the person. Okay? It would take hours. Judging from my experiences with my sisters, when they go out to date, talagang ang tagal nila nagpe-prepare. Ako nakatapos at lahat-lahat, sila hindi pa. So, you have to respect the time that they really allotted for themselves to fix themselves up para sa'yo. Pero yun nga, if things are unavoidable and if you have to really reschedule it, have the courage to say that and be honest with whatever came up. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
should be
Yeah.
doing is to waste
So,
their time. Okay.
mm-hmm. So I think canceling prior to the appointment is not necessarily a sign that the person is not interested in you. But the operative words that we have kasi here are the words constantly and
Yeah, I was about
repeatedly.
to say that.
Yeah, yeah.
Diba? So if you see again the trend, the pattern, palagi na lang, come on, it's time to wake up. Right? The person is not really into you. Because when a person is into you, kahit busy pa yan, despite the schedule that he has, day in, day out, she has, hahanap at hahanap siya ng oras for you, even if it's just an hour or 30 minutes. Gagawa siya ng paraan. But yun nga, if constantly, repeatedly, they're bailing
Yeah.
out, canceling, flaking, come on.
Okay.
Ouch. It may hurt, I know, but that's the harsh truth. Right? The person is not into you. So if you are treated this way, I'll take what Justin said a while back. Self-respect. You're being played, you're being tricked. So have some self-respect to I don't know, maybe yung tao sabihin niya ulit, okay, we can hang out na this weekend kasi I have nothing to do na. Probably it's time for you to say,
No,
nope, nah, not anymore, not interested anymore.
I'm
I'm
okay.
good. Yeah.
I'm alright.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Be the Karen this time, di ba? Parang be the Karen.
No, don't.
No,
I'm just kidding. I'm
no,
just kidding.
That's
no.
worse.
All right.
It is worse. I would agree with Justin with that. That's way
Be,
worse.
be the
Don't
Karen this
be.
time.
That no,
Nah,
no.
nah. Just
Nope.
kidding. Just kidding.
Of course,
But
of
yeah, you,
course.
you, you get our point,
Of
right?
course, of course. Because
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, your time is precious. Talaga, time is of the essence. And I know I'm being philosophical, pero if you understand those words, talaga, of course, look, time is actually valuable. Because if your
Mm-hmm.
time's being wasted with somebody who's just playing you out now, or excuses after excuses, of course, like three
Mm-hmm.
times, three strikes you're out. Talaga, like move on to the next person. You don't need to waste your own
Yeah.
time for that person who's just wasting your time, because you're actually
Yep.
chasing that person if they flex on you,
Yep.
because you're trying to fill in that gap.
It all.
Now, like, I want to make time for you. I'm That's the hence of chasing you, because that's what they're kind of doing. They're making you come here. So
Yep.
self-respect. Come on.
They're also sort of being manipulative, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got this. I can play you. Parang ganon. And it shouldn't be the case if you really want to date. Yeah, so cool. So again, if they're constantly flaking on you and if they're repeatedly canceling plans on you, then it's time to wake up. That person is not really interested into you. Moving on, we have right here. Third one. He is hot and cold and she avoids physical contact. Too early yet, Justin?
It's almost 8 o'clock. That's time for breakfast. So more energy coming later.
Well, any moment you want to grab some, I don't know, a quick breakfast, it's fine with us. Then you could just come back. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Of course,
Got you.
yeah. I'm
Okay.
just,
So let's
I'm
talk
just
about
waiting
number
for-
3 while we're on it. He is hot and cold, on and off, push and pull.
That's a Gemini.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's a Gemini.
Gemini is labas. Diba? So let's talk about it. When the guy or the girl, or let's talk about the guy first, is, either hot and cold, never consistent about what he shows you. Is that a sign that that person is not into you? One day, he's very sweet. On another day, he does not know you. Kasi for one, if you're really into the girl, come on, will you be cold towards
Yeah,
the girl?
Mhm.
Right? But, if they're not into you, according to the source that we have, they're sometimes hot, sometimes cold. And then there was silence.
Na kasi, when it comes to hot and cold, kasi it's just like, it's just like it's like it's like tag talaga. It's like tag. I'm showing some interest that I mean at the first part, pero I'm like no I don't want to because in the guy's mind talaga they're trying to narrow it down to something simple, pero they're so undecisive.
Mm.
Pero sa babae, they overdo it kasi the guy is triggering them to feel that way. So that's what
Mm-hmm.
talaga with me kasi I'm a playful Gemini. I'm a playful kind of guy. You know, I will tease you, but at the same time, I'm being strict on you. But if somebody who's opposite than me, of course, they're gonna show not interested because they're just manipulating you.
Mm. So again, it boils down to sometimes personality, sometimes
Mm.
preference,
Yep,
or sometimes the
personal.
motive of the person. Okay. What about you, Drew? Being hot and cold.
I am so in deep thought trying to process all of this.
See?
Just talagang, I say.
Come
um,
on.
but for one thing, let me try to hit both genders with one particular word.
Mm-hmm.
Undecisive. Undecisive.
There
So
we
they
go.
cannot
Hmm.
make uh, quick, rational decisions because at some point they overdo it, and another extent they underdo it. So uh, kumbaga, what I'm saying is that in a relationship it's always a waltz, especially if the relationship is just starting off. So it will always be a waltz. It will always be a dance, wherein you really need to know, will you go to left or will you go to the right? Will you lift or will you just stay on the stage? So there are many factors why certain people are undecisive because first and foremost it's in their personality already. They were brought up that way.
Hmm.
Uh, up to some extent as well. If they are if they are undecisive with certain choices, at some point they're about things. So hindi na alam. Parang simpleng saan tayo kakain, hindi nyo rin alam. Yung parang ganun.
Mm,
So
yeah. Hmm.
it, it has that kind of dynamic. I know what's hard for me to explain it in a very simple way. In a very simple way, ang dami kasing factors na nag-extend
Exactly.
sa utak ko. Nakita yung mama, alin dito yung kailangang sabihin kasi ang so kasi for example on my end, I really am a moody type of person.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
you really need to know. I mean, using me as an example, ha. Parang for my friends who know me quite well, they know that there are times talagang I'm just silent. That there's times that I am very quirky. At times that I'm very serious. Same thing with other people. They have those kinds of instances. So automatically, don't make conclusions. Uy, this person has this kind of
Mm-hmm.
personality. Hindi kami
Hmm.
this person is not interested with me. So don't make those rush decisions all of a sudden because we're all brought up differently. We're all unique. We're all different in such way. So um, relative to making your choices, just make sure that the choices are are rational. I know it's a very big word. You really need to make rational for the both of you to meet halfway. You don't necessarily need to meet talagang on the spot. At least malang magkaintindihan kayo. Like for example, yung kaninang item natin na you continuously canceling your dates or your engagement with the person.
Mm.
Um, kapag ganun yung scenario, make decisions that are acceptable for the both of you. Okay? Hindi yung parang one-sided lang na, uy, ayaw ko na or hindi ako pwede. Pero you forgot to take into consideration yung other person. Na
Mm-hmm.
nag-ready siya, inalat yung oras niya para sa'yo. And alam mo yun, it's not a healthy way to introduce yourself to the person. Nag-uumpisa pa lang kayo. Ulitin
Mm-hmm.
ko, De Luna 2020. wala pa, wala pa kayo. So kailangan, if you really are interested with this, and siya yung end goal ninyo,
Yeah.
then make some effort. And in that, when things go rough, find ways to correct or to find ways to at least reestablish kung ano yung nating nawala or nagkaroon ng mistakes. Okay?
Yeah.
Nagkasahan mo na yata ako.
No, not really. So, if we will digest number three, being hot or cold towards you does not automatically mean that that person has lost his interest or is not into you. Sometimes, again, nasa personality or nasa situation, or probably they don't want to go too far ahead in the relationship kaya medyo nag-hold back din sila or they're trying to test muna if you like it this way or do you prefer it the other way around, something to that effect. Or to give you a more specific context, when he is with the boys and you're with them, he's not touchy-feely. Hindi siya masyadong affectionate. But when it's just the two of you, he's affectionate. Oh, now you're hot for me, but in front of the boys, you were just treating me like I'm one of them, parang something like that. So siguro probably in his mind, no, when I'm with the boys, we're chill, we're good. Ayokong nakikita nila yung vulnerable side ko. But when it's just the two of us, it's cool kasi I want to show how interested I am in you. Parang ganon.
Let me quote what Justin mentioned a while ago, yung pinaka one regarding sa basketball. You would really feel it in your gut.
Yeah.
Kasi alam mo naman kasi okay? It's not the usualness na alam mo, or it's not the usual facade that you know about the person. Alam mo, okay, I understand bakit ganyan yung ugali niya. I understand bakit ganyan. Okay? Pero that happens only when you really get to know each other pa lang. Instantly, when you first exchange your numbers, when you first knew about each other's favorite song or band or singer, maybe it doesn't happen there. It happens really somewhere along the line na talagang, alam mo yun, there's this mutual understanding with the both of you already.
Right. So we couldn't judge immediately. We just have to establish that if the person is either hot or cold towards you, hindi siya automatic, hindi siya interested sa'yo. Right? But again, say for example naman, 3 months into dating, 6 months into dating, tapos hot and cold pa rin siya sa'yo, undecisive pa rin siya, then that's already something to consider. Then na parang, huy, come on, we've been seeing each other for 6 months now. Make up your mind. Are we good? Or are you still unsure about what you feel for me? Iba ng kaso naman na din yun.
Grabe yung 6 months, that's undecisive,
right?
No, it happens. It happens talaga. Because
Justin, you're saying.
It happens. Even though it's 3 to 6 months. Kasi that kind of 3 to 6 months range, that's the early stages. Because after that, talagang yung next steps. Because I've seen within yung group of friends, friends of mine, they were going through that kind of stage talaga. And my friend was so undecisive and I don't know where it takes because he was young during the time. It was probably like 2-3 years ago. But now he understands now. Oh, that's what you were trying to say to me, Justin. That's why I got to take it slow. And if I'm being undecisive, it's unfair for the other person. So you can't do that to the other person. That you left them hanging. Like don't do that. Because switch roles. If the girl does that to you, of course you're gonna feel bad. Like you want to talk to her about that. Kung hindi, all right, I'm sorry, we can't continue this.
Yeah. So you're telling me now that it's a natural part of the entire process. It happens. Unintentionally, it happens.
It happens.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. So siguro for number 3, again, it may be a sign, but do not jump into conclusions agad-agad.
Conclusions.
Yeah. Again, there are other factors to consider besides this number. Maybe on the other items, you will not tick off your checklist. Hindi naman yan to ginagawa sa akin, ito lang. So probably the person is into you, but in terms of, how he deals with you, dun lang medyo on and off ang ugali niya.
Exactly.
Yep. All right. Now let's go to the female perspective. Sabi dito for number 3, she avoids physical contact. Yep. I'll tell you bluntly, if we don't like you, you'll never touch us. Not even, the brushing of your hands on our shoulder, the grazing of your shoulders against ours, or holding hands, a peck on the cheek, whatever. Wala talaga. Completely zero. Because if we like a guy, that's the only time that will allow you to touch us or to be physical with us. So, siguro, if we're, bumping fist, siguro, that's the
Ah,
only physical contact we could give you. And that means we're cool, man. We're friends. But, more intimate than that, nah. So, if
because
the girl you're courting does not allow you to touch her intimately, yep, most probably not into you. Or she
body
also has
language.
self respect. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Because there's a it's a hugging, like there's that the side hug or yung full
Mm-hmm.
hug. So of course, if she's avoiding like physical contact, they do less
Mm-hmm.
physical contact. It's harsh because guys need to understand yung signs talaga. Like if it's physical that they do less on
Mm-hmm.
you, of course, like you gotta back off. Because when you do too much of it, you're actually doing a sexual harassment or
Yes.
harassment, I would say. You know.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with Justin there. For one thing, whether you're friends with a woman, or maybe you're interested with somebody else, um, boy, no, no, not boys, men,
Man.
men, don't ever lay a finger to the lady, to the woman, without her consent. Just don't. Ganun lang naman yun. But for one thing, body language, their gestures, whether it's male or female, would actually give you an opening whether he or she likes you. Okay, they
Mm-hmm.
would really show that. Okay, papakita nila sa inyo yan. Pero particular with women, again, without her consent, just don't. Just don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the safest way to go.
yeah. Pero yun nga, body language, especially if they are, no, they are open, especially when they show that, uy, it's okay. Even if they would definitely show na okay lang na yung light tap on the shoulder, but of course nothing more than that. Of course, kapag
Mm-hmm.
there's something more than that, may oras na ba? Hindi pa malapit na. um, if there's
Nakakatakot
something
na.
more to, yun na nga, if there's something more to that, then of course ibigin naman nun na ano with that person's consent. Okay? Kasi mapapakita mo na, like for example, if their eyes are very wide open, they focus on you, they're
Mm.
leaning forward, except they're leaning forward at the same time they're not crossing their arms like this. They're
Thank you.
really open, and then
Mm-hmm.
their palms, instead of like, sorry, nagiging psych na ako dito. With their palms like this, they're quite open when they're discussing towards you. Those kinds of gestures, they tell you that, oh, this person is into me. This person is somehow attracted to me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yung
Okay.
gusto ko eye contact, because when you're on contact with a female, you got them on the radar, or vice versa. If a
Yeah.
girl is having eye contact with you, they have you on your radar. Because you have to understand body language from women. It's very hard to tell
Diff-
because but the eyes is very makes it noticeable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was about to say so na I've seen this video somewhere. Ang sabi niya, I don't know if this is psychologically based or whatever. Pag lalaki daw, talagang gusto niya yung babae, he will be able to look the girl in the eye. Kapag ang babae naman, gusto niya talaga yung lalaki, she would shy away kasi nahihiya siya. So, there's a difference. Kapag lalaki, they could look you straight in the eye, gusto ka nila. But with girls, we couldn't look at the person's eye kasi, yun nga, gusto namin. Sabi nila.
As they say.
I don't know if there's some truth to it. But, again, it depends on the person kasi there are people na talagang matitignan ka mata sa mata even if they don't feel anything for you or if they feel something for you. Diba?
Maybe the problem is that they're more focused on you. Yan yung ano, when you're talking about eye contact when you're looking at another person. So dami-daming tao sa paligid mo, at least yung ano,
Your
uh,
attention.
attention sa kanya lang talaga.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yeah. Even the side glance, you'll know.
Peripheral.
Yeah. pag may dumaan siyang ganito out of the blues, bigla-bigla tumingin siyang all of a sudden doon. Yan, yung mga ganun mga bagay. Those very, sa psychology, we refer them to as macro and micro expressions. They're very, very
Mhm.
subtle, very minimal, and very quick na kailangan pansinin mo sila ng maigi. But these things, they're really, really helpful. Okay?
Mhm.
Pansinin yung sarili niyo. For example, right now, if you're really interested listening to us right now, you're leaning and you are very
Mhm.
engaging towards the monitor. So, ganun mga bagay, ganung gestures, yan, makikita mo yan.
They tell.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So again, to wrap up, I'm sorry, Justin, you were saying? Oh, okay. To wrap up lang number three, again, if he's being hot or cold, it doesn't necessarily mean that he is not into you. But with the girls, you have to be very careful as to how you deal with us, especially when it comes to physical contact, because you might be perceived as a perv, and we don't want that. So, but I'm telling you, from a female perspective, kung hindi namin kayo ina-allow to touch us, kahit yung simpleng hug lang or whatever, it means that it's either we're shy or talagang hindi namin kayo gusto. Because we don't want you to take advantage of us in such light, in that way. Okay? Ayan. More from Facebook. JV Marasigan Pangan said, Sir JV said, a person is not into you kung tipid mag-reply or unreliable or, ang tawag niya dito, hold on. Unreliable or unreplyable yung mga messages niya. Yun nga yung sinasabi ko kanina sa inyo. What if yung reply niya, hehe?
Ah,
Haha.
the dreaded one letter K.
Yeah.
Hey.
Sorry, I do that.
Diba?
Sorry.
We couldn't really tell kung busy siya or talagang hindi lang siya interested to
No,
talk.
it is. It is. It is
Come on.
less interested. Talaga. I mean, even look. It goes to being blunt. You know, the IDK, the 1K, or ha,
Mm.
or LOL. So yeah,
Mhm.
because with more words, it shows interest. Less words,
Exactly.
no interest.
Mm.
We have to agree on that. Let's make a consensus. More
Just-
words, interested. Less words, probably not interested.
Mhm.
Diba? Ayan. Tapos sabi dito ni Greyheart Filia Fullbuster, he or she avoids physical contact for health reasons. LOL. Yeah, I know. COVID and
Oo
pandemic.
naman.
Well,
Wag
before
muna.
COVID, what do you think about
Yeah.
that? Before COVID,
Before COVID,
Before
like what I
COVID.
said, if a girl is into you and you're already dating, probably a little intimacy is a sign that she is into you.
Yeah.
With the guys pa,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're enjoying the intimacy, men. Come on.
um,
For for men,
don't kiss, don't
ayoko
tell.
kasi
You know how
mag-
they say it?
yeah.
Love that.
Ang hirap kasi mag-generalize For one thing, with what I know, with what I experience, with what I understand,
Mm-hmm.
it's not really much of a big thing for men. It's not really much. Yeah, unless it's really talaga, it's different to another level na. Kasi
Mm-hmm.
remember, there are um, for women kasi automatic without the woman's consent, automatic yun. For men, we don't have any laws.
That's the tricky part. Talaga.
That protects us. But there are instances men are harassed by women. So there is really that very very thin line that you need to consider.
Yeah,
And
but
then don't know.
go ahead, Justin. No, go
Ano,
ahead,
I'm saying,
Justin.
kasi minsan yung lalaki, they don't know when the girls say no. When a girl say no, that means yes for the guys to keep going with it. Pero that's where I said that crosses the line that it will lead to harassment. Because of course you don't want to involve police on the situation. You have to tell yourself,
Yeah.
like, yo, just stop. It's common sense. Like, don't do it. If the women say no, no. It's like same
Yeah.
with the guys. Like, yo, dude, because say you involve your guy friends too. Because if you, it brings down the mood that you see your guy
Mhm.
friend is just pushing and pushing. You know,
Yeah.
he's not gonna be your friend then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Or probably sometimes guys think na if we said no, that's our language of telling you, pakipot lang kami. You know,
Pakakita.
try, try to convince us some more. But the truth is, if a woman told you no, that means no.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Take it face value as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Diba? All right. So, yun, sabi niya, physical contact for health reasons. Though earlier today, I've seen on TikTok two persons, one male, one female, trying to make out wearing masks. I was like, that's crazy. You could have just taken your mask off. Pero, yeah, pag talagang gusto niyong isa't isa, one of the manifestations is, the physical intimacy,
Hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be, the malalimang intimacy na or, the light
On the
ones.
surface, yeah,
Yeah.
the light on the
So,
surface.
Yeah.
andun talaga yun, whether
Mm-hmm.
you like it or you don't. And now we are being joined by another cousin of mine from Virginia, but only audio. Aren't you on the same house?
We are, but I'm trying to find
Yes.
something.
Aren't you on the same house? How come you're both in Virginia, but you're on different screens right now?
We're in different levels.
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, our viewers. One of my cousins also from Virginia. We have
My big
Dominique.
brother.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Yeah,
What's up? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
yeah. How are you?
Busy. I'm trying to find something that I lost now. Shit.
You're on live. You're on live.
Yeah, I know I'm
Ayan,
live,
mandudugo
so
na yung ilang ko dito. Mga
sige,
English
sige.
na lahat yung kasama ko, English.
I mean, I can
Oh,
speak Tagalog. I mean,
oh, kamabanta mo.
nice.
Oh, estamos hablamos en
No
español.
hablo español
No,
eh.
te-
No?
no.
All right, now we're going crazy because, I have
Yeah.
my best guy friend. I have my two best cousins. So it's gonna be crazy. But anywho, we have a greeting right here from YouTube from Bem Bem TV. She said, "Hi KV. I'm thinking this is Lai. So hello Lai. Thank you for watching from YouTube. We're talking about the top 10 signs that would tell that the person you're interested in might not be that into you, and we're just on number 3 actually."
Wow.
So let's move forward. Number 4, let's make this quick. He's never jealous, or she keeps reinforcing that you are just friends. All right, so Don, since kasasalang mo lang, you're the fresh one here. If a guy is never jealous, or if a guy never shows a woman that he is jealous, does that mean he is not that into her?
I mean, like, everyone has their own personal space. That's what I would say. Like, even though they're not showing, because as guys, we're not really expressive much with our feelings, right? But
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to women, they're very expressive. But if a guy is not like doesn't show any jealousy or anything, that means that guy trusts you. But now I may not try to be biased here, but if it's for women, I'd say that's kind of like sketchy.
Mm.
Yeah, in a way, because yeah, she's not getting jealous. I mean, for me, like women, like they're very jealous of everything. Like they want the man's attention. But as for us guys, we got our guy time, and if you see like we're not jealous, that means we trust you. Like why wouldn't? Because you're in a relationship. That's kind of like being straightforward. You don't want a guy that's like showing too much jealousy and kind of like fighting with you every single time.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yep. Well, that's his opinion. What about the other dudes that I'm with right now? If a guy is never
Justin?
jealous,
Okay. Sure. Um,
Wow.
it connects.
passing the ball around.
Of course. It connects to Kuya's
Okay. So
statement. Na when he said that when we have our guy time, and I want to hang out with my guy friends, and then if In same way with the girls having their girlfriends. Of course, you don't want to be jealous on that situation. You want to have their space. But also, what I've noticed
Mm-hmm.
that if a guy's jealous, it leads to clinginess. That means they lose their not only self respect, but also their mentality to uh, be secure. Because it leads to clinginess and insecurity, and that's not a good quality in a man.
I'm learning a lot right now because in my mind, if a guy I'm interested in is showing me some, even the slightest hint of jealousy, that kind of makes me feel kilig. Because it means na parang, you're mine. No other guy will ever get you, or no other guy will ever show interest in you. It's just me. But now you're telling me that if a guy is not jealous at all, it means that that guy is secure about himself.
Hmm.
That's being overconfident right there.
Ooh, interesting. Ladies, listen, take notes. So if a guy is not jealous, that does not mean he does not love you. It only means that he trusts you and that he's confident. I'm the alpha. Something like
Hmm.
that.
Yes, it is true. Yeah, yeah. The alpha male.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting.
I mean, kind of
What
like
about you, Sir Drew?
tattoos. Yeah.
Do you
what
get
was I
jealous?
saying? We had which when pang ilan na to na lumabas ang jealousy sa
I know.
sa topic. Um,
It's always
for
there.
more information about jealousy, you can visit V's channel and click on the link. Anyways, but we did have
Subscribe.
Yeah,
Like and
subscribe.
comment.
yeah,
Like and comment.
yeah. Uh, but with what we discussed about jealousy, it's a normal thing. It's something
Mm-hmm.
that's both good and bad. Um, for when a person shows behaviors of jealousy, they show that they would like to protect what they have. So maybe that's the one that's relative to what is his name? Sorry, Dominic was referred to a
Mm-hmm.
while ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That there's no need to be jealous as long as you know that you are already in a relationship, and that's very much automatic. Okay, you trust the relationship, you respect what you actually have. But in moments that you experience that you exhibit jealousy, um, once again, it's normal to feel that. What's not normal is how you handle the situation because of
Mm-hmm.
the emotion feeling. Okay, especially if these are the emotions that you that were soaked up. These are the emotions that are very much alam mo yun, parang hindi mo nilalabas, hindi mo madalas nilalabas. So eventually, triggered, ayun na. Especially when those
Mm-hmm.
simple things, yeah, that's where it becomes destructive at a certain point. Okay? Pero once again, ulitin ko po,
Yep.
that jealousy is a normal thing. It can be once again good and bad. Okay? But of yung paumpisa, I think being jealous during the first phases of the relationship, it's not a good thing, and it should not be fun because
Yeah.
you're just starting off. Okay?
Mm-hmm. And again, we go back to the sentence. He is never jealous.
Never.
So
Yeah.
again, the word that we have to highlight here is never, not
Never.
even once.
Mhm.
Like, let's contextualize it again. There is a reason for him to get jealous. Probably other guys are hitting on you already. Sa harap na niya mismo, but he's not reacting. I mean, come on. That's gonna be a different situation naman. If there's a blunt reason, it's under his nose, pero wala pa rin siyang reaction, that's not being confident. That's being apathetic.
Yep.
Diba? Wala na talaga siyang pakialam sa'yo. So, once in a while, the jealousy, sabi nga ni Sir Drew, it's good if, if it's cute and if it is healthy for the relationship. And the lack of it naman is, again, a sign that he might not be really into you.
He probably have
Diba?
another
Kasi
person
the word is
that he's
never.
liking. Oh, that's
Yeah.
those trying to
Yeah, that never is
equal.
kind of like
Yeah.
contradicting. It's very
Diba? Because never.
situational.
Yeah. But again, the word never here is what is critical. Ibig sabihin, whatever reason you give this guy, I mean, Hello, I'm texting someone, somebody's calling me, somebody's asking me to date him, and then he was just like, really? Okay. Parang, huh? That's weird.
It's like, yeah, uh, I don't
Diba?
care.
That's weird. That's gonna be weird.
I'm kind of like basing
Diba?
it on my experience. That's why I said like they're being jealous for me is kind of like I mean it's normal for
Mm.
someone to get jealous for like
Mm-hmm.
it's their situation. Like for example, if you don't give the guy much attention, then that we're gonna get jealous. Wherein you're putting much
Yeah.
effort to this person or to this part of your life than your
Mhm.
than your man. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it's like throwing out the bus.
Mm-hmm. So again, sabi nga kanina ni Dom, it's situational. If he gets jealous once in a while and there's a reason to, yeah, he's into you. But if he never ever, not even once got jealous, even if there's, a huge reason to be, then yeah, probably he's not that into you.
But
Because
there are
yes, go ahead, sir.
there are some men who are not really that expressive. But
Yeah, that's true.
they are already jealous, but they just don't show it.
Yeah,
Don't show it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Like I said earlier, it's like because most men like don't really express their feelings. Like they want you to
Mm-hmm.
figure it out. Why I'm not talking
Yeah.
to you? Go
Mm-hmm.
figure it out. I'm gonna throw you like
Probably they
in the
will just hang out
wilderness.
with the boys, you know. Yep. It's not the same for us girls. If we're jealous, you know.
Yeah. You show it.
You know, it's World War IV, definitely.
Yeah, that's why they gotta prepare for their now. They gotta
Uh,
prepare.
Yeah, you
Just
better
watching.
find that place, where we couldn't find you. And for for the
yeah.
girls naman, well, obviously, if we like you, we will get jealous. Kahit minsan nga wala nang dahilan, nagsiselos pa rin kami because we're that crazy. We're wired that
Mhm.
way. But
Yeah.
if we're not into you, this is what we do. We will keep reinforcing that we are just friends. Okay?
Mhm.
You'll know it bluntly. We will call you, dude, yo, man, bruh. Alam mo yan, yung mga terminologies that we wouldn't really
Yes,
normally.
the
Yeah,
Yeah,
dreaded
yeah, yeah.
I
word.
just, I
Word.
just, I just, I just like I just learned that lately. So I'm like, I'm like right now, if you're gonna ask me to write a book about women and how they express themselves, I probably have at least like 10 books about them.
10 bucks.
10 books in the first volume. Volume
Uh-huh.
two, double that. Volume two, 20 bucks.
Pero totoo yun. If
Yes.
we tag you or label you with bro, dude, man, chong, whatever, basta yung mga pang bruskong
Oh,
pet names, definitely we see you as a friend.
or like the full brother. You're like a brother to me.
Uh-huh. Like a
Yeah.
That
blunt
is the
one.
dread. Yeah, the blunt one.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yun.
honestly shared it already. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true.
Wag nyo nang isipin guys na ay playing hard to get or playing it
Yeah.
cool, gusto lang niya, alam mo yun. Na
Yeah,
we mean
exactly.
it.
Yeah, yeah,
We mean it. Kasi when we like a guy, we will call you by your name.
Oh shit, I got called by my name like a few times this week.
That's something awesome. No, we will call you by your name. Diba?
Because you're showing interest
Kasi,
in that kind of
yes.
approach.
Uh-huh.
That you actually
Mhm.
there. You
Mhm.
have, like I said before, that you are on my radar. There's no
Mhm.
one else. But
Mhm.
if there was another guy in my radar, okay, I'm gonna just go both or even one of you.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Then that's the next
Yeah.
step of having like some nicknames.
Yep. Mhm. Diba? Eventually, kapag official na yung relationship, then you could go from your name to, yun nga, baby, babe, love, whatever.
Bud.
Words of endearment.
That movie. Oh wow.
But definitely, sabi ko nga, if we're tagging you to those kinds of names, yung mga bro, brother, yeah, you're just our friend. Wag na kayong umasa. I'm telling you right now. Pero, But, merong exemption. Kasi in the Philippine culture, sometimes kapag bet namin yung lalaki, we do this. Kuya. We call you kuya.
Oh.
I was about to say
But,
that as well. Yeah, I was about to
di
say
ba?
that as well. Yeah,
We call you kuya, but then again, crush namin kayo.
yeah, yeah,
So it's weird. I know.
It's the tone
I
too
think
of the word kuya.
yeah,
They
Mhm.
go high pitch
Uh-uh.
with
it's
the word
lambing.
kuya.
Yeah,
Yeah, lambing.
Yes.
yeah. There's that
Kuya.
lambing. Yeah,
Mhm.
Kuya. May pa-braces pa minsan. Kuya,
May
kuya, kuya.
pagpasabay di end.
So yan. If somebody called you kuya, but in a very malambing and high-pitched way, there's a high chance that that girl probably not really into you, pero attracted siya sa'yo.
Mhm.
Okay. Yan.
Mhm.
So, magkaiba yung bro, dude sa kuya. At least sa Philippine culture.
It is, yeah.
Right?
Not here.
Okay. So,
Not
that's number
here.
4. Not there. I know. So, he is never jealous. Well, again, never is the word here.
Mhm,
And
true.
then for the girls, she keeps reinforcing that you are just friends. Let's not go to number 5. Aha! He breadcrumbs you, and then she avoids physical contact, which we've already mentioned a while back. Yan.
Mhm.
Breadcrumbing. Ibig sabihin, para kang pigeon sa kanya, bird na he gives you bits and pieces lang just to keep you right there to his access any moment he wants. Tapos pag ayaw niya, wala yung breadcrumbs. Tinitrain ka niyang ganon. Today, I'll text you, miss me for a couple of days, and then I'll text you again. And, the pattern continues on. Why do you guys do that? Why can't you just tell women we don't like you? I'm
Yeah,
blaming the three
silent.
of you right now.
Silent.
I mean, I don't
And
Guys,
there was
know.
silence.
go guys.
Let's talk for Justin. I mean, as for me, I mean, I got plenty of answer for that.
Wow.
Well, I mean, cause I'll initiate. It's
Mhm.
like you're just
Go
another
ahead.
number. You're just another number to him. So if one person, if he has number one with her, if number one's not satisfied with the guy, he'll go to number two and number three and number four and number five. But if he doesn't breadcrumbs her, that means he will eliminate all those numbers. Pero guys are different because guys can be sleazy or guys can be humble. So it goes both
Mhm.
ways because there's some short and long term for that. The keyword breadcrumbs because in a way it's kind of like, oh, I have you on my side, pero you know we're not there yet. But with the guy
Mhm.
who's sleazy, you're just another number to him.
Mhm.
There's another body count in our
Mhm.
terms.
It's like you're basing it here in the U.S., bro.
Oh.
No, I mean you know
Oh.
how.
So
Well, can you relate it to the Filipino culture since you guys are there?
I'm
well,
from
in the
both, so
Philippines, no, go ahead, Don. Go ahead, Don. Before we give our Filipino perspective. Wow, kala mo naman di tayo pare-parehong Pilipino.
Oo nga. So, what? Really?
all I can say is no comment. No, I'm just kidding.
Western culture, let's understand it. Breadcrumbing someone. Why do you do
I
that?
mean,
Or if you do that?
they're very different kasi dito sa US, like the way they date is just like gonna ask, like it's like straight up like, hey, I think you're attractive, hey, you look good today, um can I have your number, and then that's where they initiate a thing, like, you want to hang, I mean, or sometimes like very it's swift, like, you want to grab a cup of coffee with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like complimenting, then goes to that. And I'm not sure how they, like, I don't see anyone who's a player, but they like here they're very, I'd say, liberated. Like, they like guys are like chumps to woman, but they don't collect them. They just go for like one night only
Mm-hmm.
thing. Unlike Philippines, like they can have four cell phones with them texting different women at the same time.
Wow.
Oh, I've seen it.
One for business, one for pleasure, one. What was the other? Three or four.
I'm telling you, man, it happened. It happened. I've seen
So
it.
Props
two
to the
business partners.
man who
Even,
can multitask.
Yeah.
even if it's like an old phone, they're gonna use it. Like they're gonna use it like just to get a hold of someone.
Nokia.
Yeah, that 3310 tank.
So
That's
basically,
kind.
if a guy is a player, yeah, he will breadcrumb a
Yes.
woman.
Hmm.
Just like what Justin was saying a while back, just to keep the woman in his radar. Like, I'm not gonna lose you yet. I'm not done with you yet. So come here. Let me give you some treats once in a while. Something like that. Oh,
Yeah,
that's awful.
it
That's
is.
awful.
But think about it the same way with women. They do it the similar way. So
Oh,
that's
some
why.
women are, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that, and it's bad, and like you're just treating those other people like toys or
I
candy.
know. I know. Like you could, dispense them at your will. Ayoko na sa'yo ngayon. You're not the flavor of the month, so I'll stop breadcrumbing you. Okay na. Diba?
Hmm.
Something like that.
Yep.
Come on, let's be all honest about this. Diba?
Yeah.
That's
In
true.
the
I mean,
Philippines, that's what we call pa-fall.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yun yung ano niya, equivalent niya dito sa Philippines. Some guys or some
Uh,
women, they'll give you breadcrumbs, mafo-fall ka ng mafo-fall sa kanila, and then eventually when you've already fallen nga, oh, bakit? Wala naman akong ginawa. It was your fault. You chose to fall in love with me.
Yep.
Or in
Yeah.
other
What?
terms is iwan ka sa ere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was about to say that. For the viewers or listeners who were watching and listening, for those who haven't got the definition of breadcrumbing, it's simply giving enough attention to the person to keep them interested yet unsatisfied. So talagang you them to they're just right there. Nasa area lang sila. And then all of a sudden, kapag kailangan mo sila ulit, going to what Justin mentioned, that's the time that you go back of the month. So, siya yung ano, siya naman yung kailangan kong ano, siya naman kailangan kong i-accommodate or at least it's a, I'm not sure if it's a correct term, but basically ganito siya, you're the next person that they are play games with.
Yes.
Yan.
Mhm.
Ang naka-harsh word is pinalaruan ka lang nila kasi tingi-tingi lang yung video para masabi na, uy, para may emosyon, para may feeling. Wala.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
So,
that's
Yung
it's
very
parang
actually
relatable
happening.
because I experienced that and I'm like, I'm just like
did
laughing
you
behind my
breadcrumb a
head.
woman?
Huh?
Ikaw ang nag-breadcrumb sa babae or ikaw ang binreadcrumb ng babae?
I mean, I admit, I got breadcrumbs.
Oh.
Oh. Sorry.
So
I'm
it's
so
okay. You
sorry.
can eat the breadcrumbs. It's okay. You can eat the breadcrumbs.
Uh,
Yeah,
That's for
actually, yeah.
merienda.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's okay. Like when you get hurt, it's like you learn your lesson. It's like,
you will.
and
Definitely.
you're gonna get traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the worst part. After you learn the lesson, that's a good part there. But the worst part there is this. I can't say it's automatic trauma, but there is an experience that will bother you for the possible relationship you're trying to build up. Kasi iniisip mo lagi na, uy, paano kung mangyari ulit? What if I got breadcrumbed again? And so on and so forth. So, masakit siya.
Mm-hmm. And pwede mo ring i-transfer yung experience na yun. Like, now the person is being sincere to you. Biglang maisip mo, is this person breadcrumbing me right now? Or, ano ba, totoo na ba itong pinapakita niya sa akin? Will it be consistent? Or naglalaro lang ulit kami? You know, those
Yeah.
kinds of hesitations, mabubuo sila.
I think it
It's
comes with
just
age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
comes
go.
with age. Because like based on my experience, I think it comes
Of
with
course.
age. 'Cause,
Well,
Age
go
is
ahead.
also a factor, talaga, especially the very young generations. They're actually
Mm.
full of the games. Pero us
Mm.
millennials, talagang we're in the dating phase, but relationship phase and then marriage phase. And so that's why each generation have their own way breadcrumbing. Kasi if it's
Yeah.
breadcrumbing, that's just we're just playing games. Kung talaga breadcrumbing, okay, I have you on my radar. Good thing and the
Mm.
bad thing, so that's why. You
Breadcrumbing
can
through
take.
Tinder.
Quit it down.
Yeah, pero the point here is, if you're not into the person naman talaga, dapat wag mo nang, alam mo yun, be straightforward na lang. You know,
Yeah.
have the honesty to tell the person that you're not into the person and not the audacity. That's my favorite word. Diba?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true. Yeah.
The
audacity.
audacity to play tricks on me on and off. Like, what?
Yeah.
That's not nice. Ayan.
Nakakainis!
Diba? It really hurts.
Hey, that's like I don't know, like I don't know why some people can be
Yeah,
straight
go
to
ahead.
you, like tell you straightforward that, oh, I'm not really into you, can you just leave me alone? But sometimes when the guy is really like obsessed with her, even if you tell us like 100 times that we're not into you, we're still gonna push it through because Jesus, I've been there.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna be a different thing naman, obsession. That's scary.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Pero yeah,
Before we, I'm
it
sorry. Go ahead.
and I was about to say now, it's really frustrating why people can't give the whole and they just give those breadcrumbs all over the place. Kasi alam mo yun, these breadcrumbs, they are the things na pinangahawakan mo eh. These are
Mm-hmm.
the things that you're holding on to na parang possible na may mangyari, possible na pwedeng maging kami, possible na uh, we will spend a certain time together, parang ganun. Pero yun nga, yung nakakainis lang talaga, why can't other people just give the entire loaf of bread instead of just just crumbs?
Yeah.
Alam mo yun?
We're not birds. We don't peck on crumbs. Pero 'di ba?
Yeah.
Yun nga, yun yung masakit doon eh kasi those little pieces that you get from the person, parang you try to make them whole in your mind, na connect the
Yeah.
dots ba? Oh, ginawa niya
Yeah.
to. Oh, ginawa niya yan. Oh, he likes me. She likes me. Only to
Yeah.
find out, nope, the person is just playing you.
Yeah. Yung alam mo yun, parang just to play around with it. Parang una, breadcrumbs ng pandesal, yung susunod, breadcrumbs ng raisin bread, susunod, breadcrumbs ng wheat bread. As all of a sudden, you put them all together, they're not even one loaf of bread. As in, hindi siya.
Yeah.
So umasa ka lang sa wala. Pwede mong maglaruan ka ng ibang
Yep.
Sakit
That
sa mga
sucks.
sinasabi
That
ko.
hurts.
I mean, it's
Not
also
nice.
telling it's the guy's telling the woman indirectly, I'm giving you the chance to keep your hopes up because I don't want to lose you because you're just part of it, part of my game. That's why it sucks. I'm just like, dude, why you have to do that?
I
Why
hate
did
that.
you put it
Why
that
you just do
way?
that?
I hate
my God.
that.
Okay, mic drop. I'm out.
I hate that. I hate that.
I had to say it because it's hurt. It will hurt, but at least, like Kuya said, it's a lesson to learn because you don't want. Once you know the lesson, don't put yourself in the same situation.
I know. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
But
learning a
unfor-
lot, and I hope our viewers are learning a lot too right now.
Yeah.
And speaking of our viewers, just very quickly, I want to say hello to one of the people who are watching, or two of the people who are watching us right now, because Mom is hosting a watch party. How supportive of her. Sir
Hi,
Elmer
Mama.
Espino Mercado is right now, and Sir Joey Ocampo is also watching the live stream right now. Hello po, good evening, sir. If you have your thoughts, please share them to us as well. We welcome everybody's ideas. Of course, related to the topic that we're talking about, signs that the person you're interested in might not be that into you. And speaking of that, let me just read some more of our comments from Facebook. Sabi ni Ina Pancho right here, bukang bibig niya lagi other girls when he's with you. The audacity, again, of the person. the insensitiveness. And then sabi ni Peter John Codilla Isip, si Sir PJ, sabi niya, matagal mag-reply pero kalikot ng kalikot sa phone. Oh my God, the audacity again. And then Larissa De Leon Dizon said, sorry, I'm busy. Di ko napansin chat text mo. Yung ang daming excuses. True. Michael John Ronquillo Escoto said, nag-charge ng 2018, 2020 na, hindi pa full charge.
Oh, that's a
Okay,
good reference there.
that's funny. Okay. And then, Xavier Leary said, yung kakain lang daw, pero inaabot ng ilang months bago mag-message ulit. This one is funny too. Okay. And then, Cara Real Antonio said, di na siya nagte-text, lakas maka-teenager ang peg. And then, Cassandra De Leon said, kapag po naka-ignore message kaya hindi nagsisin or ayaw mag-create ng conversation, tipong pinuputol agad ang usapan. Yeah, we've tackled that one a while back. Ron Valencia mentioned, binigyan mo ng 12 white roses, di pa rin niya gets. Mali mo naman, dense lang yung tao. Or mali mo, may occasion lang kung bakit mo bigyan ng rose. And then, Naima Kiambao said, I'm sorry, there are a lot, but I have to read them because they really, gave effort in sharing their thoughts to us. Naima Kiambao said, hi, in the first place, sana kung di ka bet, sabihin agad para di na lang umasa, ne ma'am, sabi niya. Totoo naman din kasi. And then Sir Edward Inong said, dry sa lahat, chat, personal, etc. And then Olia Morn said, scene mode or scene zone. Bianca O said, walang malagkit na tingin. We're talking about the physical intimacy a while back. So this includes that, the way you look at each other.
Mhm.
And according to her, that's the most basic one. And then Shane Hermoso said, pag nilalamig na po, ma'am, tipong hindi na po ganun ka-caring, di na maingat sa mga sinasabi, or palagi na lang galit. And then Jenny Conanan, this is a funny comment from her, kapag di kanya minimension sa mga memes with 5 hahas. So sabi niya, the person is not into you if the person does not send you any memes. Right. So those are cool, interesting mentions or opinion from our viewers from Facebook. Let's now go down to the next ones. If there's nothing more we could add to number 5. So let's go to number 6. He does not give you his full attention or he does not do nice things for you. This is questionable because, again, going back to differences in personality and situations, there might be multiple factors affecting this behavior. And for the ladies, she never initiates meetings between the two of you. That's, I think, self-explanatory. So let's talk about this instead. He does not give you his full attention or he does not do nice things for you. Does that mean the person is not into you if he does not do so? Give you the full attention and the nice things for the girl? Like probably giving her roses, chocolates, picking her up from work, I don't know, or maybe talking to her until the wee hours, even if they both know they have a 9 to 6 job or, I don't know, 9 to 5 job. What do you guys think? Throwing the ball again.
And then there was silence.
I mean, I can start it.
And then there was silence. Who wants to start? Shall we do this alphabetically?
I can start it.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
So if we don't give enough attention, or we don't do nice things to you, I'd say it comes to age too. When pag bata pa kayo, of course, like I would say, puppy loving, siyempre lahat attention bigay lahat sa'yo, bigay lahat sa'yo. Pero kung bata siya and they don't give you, but hindi ka binibigyan ng attention, that means he's not really into you. Like why would I give a fuck? I'm sorry for word. I'm sorry. Why would I give a f about it? Like I don't care about you. Like I'm not sure. Is this in a relationship or just starting? I don't know. If it's just like in a relationship, that means it's you guys gotta talk about it. I said pinapasok mo yung relasyon eh. Like pag pinapasok mo yung relasyon, that means you're willing na si you and the babae, even though na nasa relasyon na kayo. Like it's like even though you're in a relationship, you still gotta keep on courting her and give her attention. Because women, they do. I wouldn't say that they really give attention to guys, but they need it more because minsan tinutoy yung ibang babae and they want that. They want that attention.
So you're saying that, if you're young lovers and, you're not paying attention or giving your full attention to the person you're with or dating, it could mean that you're not really into that person. Because normally, as young lovers, you're affectionate or you're
Yes.
attentive to the other person's needs.
Yes, that's right.
But if you are in the relationship now for about maybe a year or more, and the person is not giving you his attention, that's gonna be a different dynamics because probably there's a sense of comfort between the two of you, or the
Mm-hmm.
person is busier,
Yeah.
or meron din siyang personal space, personal interests that he deals with, kaya hindi kanya nabibigyan ng full attention. But let's try to contextualize it so we will have a directed discussion right here. What if you're just beginning that? Like normally when you're just beginning in a relationship, definitely you're giving your full attention to the person
Yeah.
because you're trying to get to know each other pa.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
But in that situation, hindi kanya talaga binibigyan ng full attention or he does not even do nice things for you.
That's red
So
alert right there. That's a red alert.
okay, so that's a red flag.
Yep.
Okay. Go. Justin?
No, I agree with both of you guys because small gestures also has a big impact. If you're showing a little bit of attention, okay, you're actually having some interest. Now I want to get to know you, or even like in a dating phase, lang. If it's in a relationship, yeah, that's when I agree with Kuya saying you guys have to talk it out as a couple because it's also a 50-50. It's give and take. You can't just do 80 to 20 and like it's not in a relationship. Then it's gonna be one sided. So if he's not giving a full, yeah, he's not interested or she's not interested.
Cool. What about you, Drew?
Um, I really like how Dom wants to contextualize first and foremost how where or when is the relationship already set. If it's in the beginning, at some point you're still cautious by giving your attention or your time. Eventually, if you really know the intent that you are, the intent that you have for the relationship, if you really, really want to continue and push through with the relationship, then giving your its full or at least kahit konti man lang kasi those small matter as just to comment a while ago. These things are really kasi pinapakita mo na nag-effort ka. Okay? This is how normally when the word effort is napupunta siya lagi sa is sa female side kasi yun yung hinihingi ng mga maraming women na kailangan mag-effort si guy. Pero let's not be biased in this kind of this dynamic. 2020 na guys. Dapat kayong dalawa nag-effort. That's the reason why nga ni Justin na dapat 50-50 yung dynamic. Oo. So sabihin natin let's put a scenario. What if you wanted your partner help you with paying bills, for example. Yung parang tutulong ka lang to accompany you. Pero hindi siya pwede kasi meron siya mga tasks, meron siya mga trabaho gagawin sa work niya. So, you really consider that as well. Kasi hindi naman lagi nandun siya. Maybe at a certain point, given the chance na open yung schedule niya, yun pwede yun. Okay? Pero kaya nga sabi nga ni Justin kanina, and I'm re-emphasizing it again, those small things really matter. Whether you give it full or small, it's still attention. Okay?
Yes, it is.
So, these things are really important. Okay? Pero, kapag nasa posisyon na kayo yun nga, in a relationship, and you really, regardless of what schedule you have, regardless of whatever thing that might be on your list, if you're really aiming for at least magkasama lang kayo, kasi for example, ang tagal din hindi nagkasama, tagal din nag-date, kahit yung naglakad lang kayo, then that as long as the intention is for you to be together, then that's one of the beautiful thing in a relationship kapag ganun yung case. And papakita talaga niya that he's really interested sa'yo.
Okay. So we could make a consensus here na if the guy or the girl is not giving you, if not the full attention that you need, at least, those simple gestures nga na sinasabi nyo, then it could be a sign that that person is not that into you. Because normally when you're interested in somebody or on somebody, you would really put effort,
Mm-hmm.
time, effort, gestures, nice
Yeah.
things for that
I mean, this
person.
is for the beginning of a relationship, but in a relationship, I'd say like you mentioned earlier, out there, like once you
Mm-hmm.
get comfortable with with everything, even though he doesn't give you attention, but the woman, but he or she, I mean, if your partner like trusts you, and yeah, that's kind of like normal too. Like, oh, maybe he's doing something like that. But early
Exactly.
relationship, you kind of getting to know each other. That's why you gotta express and give her attention what you are. That's what she's trying to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Trying to get to know you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like as being what. Even though she doesn't give much, I mean that's woman, man. Like it take patience.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So we all agree that, no attention means no interest
Mm-hmm.
in the early beginning of the relationship or the courtship or the dating.
Agreed.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
Cool. Cool. That's number 6. Now let's go to number 7. Uh-huh. You don't know anything about him or he does not remember anything about you. And then for the
Red flag.
ladies,
Just don't.
yeah,
I'll start it
she
off.
gets worried
Just
about
don't.
future plans.
Just don't. That's already a red flag. Why do you push yourself into a relationship that he doesn't know anything about you or not remember anything about what about you? So
It's like nasan ka? I'm like all this time.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, parang,
hello, are you John Cena? Huh?
but I, I'm out of words to explain it kasi talagang just don't kasi una-una sa lahat if the person is really into you, they would remember something about you. Your eyes,
Mm-hmm.
your hair, the color of your dress maybe when you first met. Alam mo yun, of course hindi naman lahat maalala, but there are some special moments that they would really treasure. And that speaks enough of how much that they're attracted towards you or may at least may impact siya na
Mm-hmm.
okay. Ang weird. Pinupush mo sarili mo sa nakakaalala kung sino ka. Parang,
Yeah.
just don't. Ma Mali pa natin kung sino siyang tao. Baka meron siyang record sa NBI. So,
Yeah.
Ay,
So
ay,
probably
ay.
this is an item that you shouldn't even, think twice about kasi parang for one you don't know
oo.
anything about him. That's shady already. Parang if you're dating someone, isn't it, you have to know about the person. So where he lives, what he does, who he is, things, the basic ones, the standard ones in dating, right? And
Yeah.
then
But
on
I
the
don't
other hand,
know. Maybe he's a
he does
spy.
he does not remember anything about you. Meaning to say naman, he does not have the interest to even ask something about you. Like he doesn't ask you what you like, what you prefer, what's your favorite music. Hindi siya reciprocal. Kumbaga, you may know something about him, but he does not know something about you kasi hindi kanya tinatanong, walang interest.
What's harsh, dude? They don't remember your name.
Oh my god.
Like for example, like for example, if we were to
Yeah.
date, for example, wait, hello, Diana, Jane, Patricia.
Nah, it's Karen. It's Karen.
Ay, ay, ay. Oh, that's bad. Because of course, when you
Diba?
first meet
What's your
somebody,
your take on this? Number 7.
when you first meet somebody, you go to the standard questions like where are you from, how you
Mm.
doing, uh, do you work, do you go to school. Of course, you got to remember the small things. And also, I was what to bring up is your environment. If you're in a
Mm-hmm.
coffee shop and they ordered like a frappuccino, and like, oh, that's
Mm.
cool. Like, I actually like a frappuccino. Have you tried this
Yeah.
before?
Mm.
That's when you initiate and you have interest. Going in there, you're just another
Exactly.
stranger on the road, on the street.
Uh-huh. It's the little details, the
Yes.
small attention you put to details that matter in
Yeah.
dating.
Mm.
That's why it's funny that if you don't know anything about him or he does not know anything about you, why are you dating in the first place?
People are something. There, people are something.
But yes, but you know what? We may be making fun of this, but there are situations wherein we get attracted to someone, we start talking to them, we start dating them, going out, hanging out with them. Pero if we try to contemplate when we go to bed, was I able to ask about his mom, or was I able to ask about this or that, or do I really know this person? Things like that. And sometimes when we're overwhelmed with the attraction that we feel or the emotions that we have for the person, disregard na natin yung tanong na kilala ba talaga natin siya,
Yes.
'di ba? Okay na tayo kasi dun sa nararamdaman natin. Dinidisregard na natin kung if this person is a good person, if he has a bad record or whatnot. Diba? Or if he's showing the same interest as I do. Ako, tanong na ako ng tanong, teka, tinanong ba niya ako during the date kung gusto ko ba yung kinain ko? Something like that. So you gotta be sure it's mutual.
Yeah. Just not telling na on the very first time we'll be dating or maybe with the mag-i-interviewhan kayo, hindi ganun. So hindi siya job interview. Hindi parang you get a resume and then you ask questions. No, it's not. What let me just clarify that. It's more of the idea whether you're a guy or a girl, or if the person really he's willing to share something about himself. He or she is finding ways to invite you into his or her world. Kaya
Yes.
that dynamic getting to know and the dynamic of remembering what details are, like for example sabi nga na Justin, frappuccino, kung ano yung flavor ng frappuccino yun, or maybe those meron siyang keychain ng maybe a Pokemon sa sa bag niya, maybe those small details are very important. Eventually you'll be able to benchmark ano yung susunod na step mo, ano yung pwede mong itanong, ano yung pwede mong gawin, para makita niya na, there's potential with what we have. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That if in the very beginning, both of your worlds are closed, talagang you will not get to know each other. Or if one-sided lang, kung unrequited siya, which is very, very masakit, isang side lang yung nakakaalam, pero ikaw, wala. Okay? So, hindi naman lahat tayo meron short-term amnesia parang sa 51st dates.
Yeah.
Lahat tayo, we have a certain level of memory. So at least we find time to at least put into mind or at least become mindful ng event natin with the here and now.
Mm-hmm. Is Dom still here?
I mean, I'm suspicious because like if you don't know anything about it, I mean, that's like you're very dodgy.
Yeah.
Why you would let this person know like what is your intention? You have any good or bad intention? You don't want that to happen to you. Like, like if ever I would like start dating again, I would actually ask simple questions, but not gonna go deep. Like those simple questions are like the baseline. Not knowing about anything about the person, well, that's like you guys mentioned just now. No second date for you, man.
So you can have the broader idea if you have like if those questions are answered, you have like a broader idea, like the good intentions versus the bad intentions.
Yeah, exactly. That's like breaking the ice, man. Like the reason why you ask this person on a date is because you want to get to know that person. Like why not give it the simple information? I mean, you don't need to go deeply. Like, have a birthmark on this one. Like, no.
That's too much information.
That's too weird.
You shouldn't be saying that. You'd be jumping. No,
don't go overboard.
You need to have a list. What questions to ask and what questions not to ask.
Yeah.
That's good. Baseline, like, what's your middle name? What the heck? What's your middle name? Like people normally people always ask like what do you do for a living? Like like what are your interests? That's it. Like when you get to know
Mhm.
what's the interest of the other person, that's it.
Yep.
Start
You
there.
can find compatibility or differences which you could enjoy both of you. Like on a second date, probably if one is into paragliding, you could do such stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, to borrow the word of Dom, if you're dodgy, you're dodging questions, you're being shady, you don't answer promptly to questions which are very basic and simple. Probably the other person must start to think already na, something's fishy.
Mm.
Why? Di ba?
It's like you're
Kasi
hiding something.
you went, yeah, sketchy na. Kasi you went on a date, so you want to be vulnerable, you want to be open. Like Sir Drew said, you want to open your world to the person. But if you're hiding things, then probably you're married, a serial killer, or an alien.
They have
Right?
skeletons in their
Gummy
closets.
beats.
Have a lot of skeletons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. That's right. There's actually a good reference on that.
Kasi why are you avoiding questions, or why are you not even asking the person the same questions, basically? 'Di ba? Unless you have an ulterior motive, like let's cut the chase. It's already 9, so we could talk about it. Let's cut the chase. Let's not get to know each other anymore. Let's get down to business. This is just what I want from you. So you don't have to know anything about me. I don't have to know anything about you. Nothing deep.
Dude, it's not even that long. Sasabihin lang nila, wanna go to my place?
'Di ba?
Yeah,
Ganun lang.
that's where the phrase DTF come along in
Uh-huh.
one night stands. They actually
Yeah.
are, and
Yeah.
friends with benefits. That's what they're there for. Because it's, remember, it's lust versus love.
Mhm.
You got to categorize what you're doing, your intentions.
Mhm. And normally if your intention is to fall in love, you'll show interest in the person. But if you just want the
Mhm.
lust part, let's get it on immediately. No, 'di ba? Wala nang process pa. Something
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's for the boys. Now, for the girls, this is the thing. We get weird about future plans. Like if you tell us, you know what, one day, on the second date, on the third date, on the fourth date, like what? Hold up, what? What? Fourth date? You're thinking that far, dude. Parang nah. We're not even interested to go on a second date with you or go second base with you. So something like that. We get weird about what you want to do with us if we ever said yes to the first date. So we get weird about your future plans. Okay, so I think that's a self-explanatory. Kasi when it comes to girls naman, I'm not talking for everybody or every girl, but generally, when girls do not like the guy who's into them, sinasabi naman namin bluntly. Unless we have the tendency to make you fall or bored kami, wala kaming ibang suitor. So, ini-entertain namin kayo for the meantime. Tapos, pag may bago na kaming suitor, we'll just disregard you right then and there.
Parang alam ko lang kung sino yun
Well,
Sorry.
for one thing, I actually agree with what you said. That for women, they're honest with whatever they're feeling or what they're thinking of. But for one thing, as we are facing COVID-19, we make very irrational decisions. Kaya nga sinasabi nila, right now, people are having their quarantine flings. Yeah.
Yeah! Foreign
So,
flings!
whether you are a guy or a gal, if may pangailangan, ayan. So it's whether it's something for intimacy or something na parang wala lang, pang ano lang, pang pastime ko lang kasi wala akong magawa bored ako So, ano yun, you do something out of play. Parang gusto mo maglaro, pero not really committing into something.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
breakfast at Tiffany's, and at Tiffany's a breakfast, and then you got
Yeah.
Rachel's lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay.
Well, yun yung trend ngayon kasi.
Mm.
'Di ba? The trend
In
is since we're all in quarantine,
yeah,
marupok tayo.
especially if we don't think right. Yun yung ano, yun kasi yung
Mm.
condition dyan. If if you're
Mhm.
only feeling, not really thinking on it, then talagang oo. Parang alam mo, uy, because you see each other because of your swipes or your ano lang, yung with your social media accounts. Hanggang doon lang yung ano, face value lang yung kilala mo sa tao.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yep. And yeah, wala tayong magawa. That's the new thing with dating ngayon. It's easy to find someone to date and it's easy to ditch them and let them go. Ganun eh. Replaceable kasi. You could always find somebody new once you're done
Hmm.
with the person. And it's not a nice thing. What's nice though is this comment from Marilyn Sato, Mommy Marilyn from Japan. Sabi niya, happy watching. This topic is really funny. A stranger dating only for pastime. Well, some people do that po. They date for fun. I mean, not for marriage or whatever. They just want to meet strangers and then for fun. Ganun talaga. And then Bianca O said, "True, Miss V, ha ha ha." I'm not sure which one she's referring to, but I'm glad you agreed. Yeah. So yeah, that's for number 7. You don't know anything about the person or you don't remember anything about the person. And for the girls, we get weird about future plans. Probably she's referring to this one. Yung medyo,
Yeah.
we get this icky feeling na parang, wait up, what are you talking about? No,
Yeah, yeah.
it's just your imagination. Parang ganon. Okay, now let's go to number 8. Okay, men, boys, gentlemen, enlighten me. He never introduced you to his friends or he makes you his friend by asking dating tips. Oh my gosh. It couldn't be any more blunt than this. Okay. So a guy is not into you if for one, he doesn't show you or he doesn't introduce you to his boys. And two, he makes you one of his boys. Care to explain, gentlemen? Okay, and then there was silence.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
What I would say with this one, I mean, I've done it. Like,
You've done it.
I don't really introduce girls like straight up. Like, it takes time. Like, it takes a little
Mm.
time for them to to meet the fam.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want to bring someone like
But it
who's
doesn't necessarily mean that if you don't. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no go ahead.
No, I was just about to ask. It does not necessarily mean that if you don't introduce him or her to the guys, it doesn't mean that you're not serious about the person. It's just that you're finding the right timing because I don't know if you have this thinking na magiging part kasi siya ng circle ko eh. So or ng circle namin. So I don't want to give my boys the impression na um I'm serious about this girl or I'm not yet sure about what I feel about this girl.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like I said, I always say it's very situational because you never know. Your boys already know that woman that she's a W,
Quote unquote.
and you don't want the boys to know about that you guys are in a relationship because they
Mm-hmm.
know that person's history, but you don't. So that's one thing
Mm.
that's why you don't
Yeah.
want to introduce your woman.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
about the makes you his
His
friend by
friend.
asking dating tips. Dating tips, huh? Shit. I don't like him, but I don't
Kuya is
ask for
very,
tips.
very. He's very like,
He's chill.
wow. Yeah. I mean, ako, when he makes you his friend by asking dating tips, there's
Yeah.
already that red flag that you actually got friend zone. Cause
Mm-hmm. Gotta
why
agree.
would I ask you some dating tips? Like,
Definitely.
if I wasn't interested, yeah, I would use you to help me out, and then vice versa. If you're not liking me, and I'll help you out with another person, like the one you're liking. So it's already established there when they made you asking for advice. Like, yo, hey, hey, Rachel, yo, I kind of like this girl. So it already established there. I like this girl. So in their head, oh, I think you're talking about me. Like, no, I'm using you to help me out. So that's why it's already established there.
Yeah, you done it. That's why.
It's already it's you're he's not really
God,
interested.
that is so painful.
It is.
The
Pero
audacity again. No, but let's try to make the situation more specific. What if you
okay.
knew that Rachel likes you? Rachel is interested in you. Will you have this idea of asking her about another woman with that in mind?
I would. I mean,
Um,
I'm trying to set that boundary.
Wow, Dom, I
No, I'm just
would.
kidding.
That's the
No, no,
boundary.
no. That's what do you call it? No, I wouldn't do that. It's karma. You don't do that to
mm,
the person. Like if
Mhm.
you don't take advantage of the person, that's just like why?
Mhm.
That's just mess up.
it is. It is.
Like you can be like
Okay, so
friendly.
mhm. So if you don't know that the person is interested in you, well, of course you don't know, so you will not intentionally ask her about another girl. But if
Yeah.
you know, definitely you will not be asking about another girl to that person.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course,
Yeah,
of
that's
course.
like
Yeah.
number one right there. I mean,
Hmm.
you don't want to intentionally hurt someone like because we know they like us. No, we don't trying to do
Hmm.
that.
Okay, cool. At least we're clear about that. Because if you knew but you still asked, that's gonna be some that's not nice.
Yeah, of course. I mean, people are like that. It's really harsh, but it is. It, I become speechless because people do that.
They do.
They
Yeah, they
do.
do, yeah.
Some people do that. Yes, I
Yeah,
have
not
to
only
agree.
guys, even women too. Like woman ask, "Hey, what do you think? What do you think? This guy's like. Like, why would you ask me? You already know that I like you, and you're gonna ask me like this is so messed up. It happens to us too most of the time.
Guilty.
Pinsan.
I've done that in the past. I don't know, but hear me out. The reason why girls sometimes do that, yung parang we have a guy interested in us and then tatanong pa namin yung ibang guy, we're not doing that to intentionally hurt you. Ako ang motive ko lang is I'm gauging. I'm trying to gauge.
Ah, true.
Like, how will
Well,
you react? Some other guy is interested in me, or I am interested in some other guy. Will you get jealous?
or will he be more like attentive to you, or like be more like
Yes.
motivated to? Ah, that's interesting.
Di ba?
I
Yun yung
wish guys
dahilan
can do
ko.
that.
That's my reason, but not to hurt the other person whatsoever. But I think with men, it's kind of different. Kasi I'm pretty sure that if you're interested sa taong yon, you will not be asking of another girl about another girl, diba? Or are you trying to make the person jealous too, like we do?
No, we don't try to do that.
No, no, no.
Guys
The
don't
men
do
don't
that
do
thing.
that because us men, we will actually ask for advice. Na I like this girl, and they'll help them out. And because they think about if it for guy asking for some dating advice, and then if guy girl and a girl asking for dating
Mm-hmm.
tips, think about that analogy. It
Mm-hmm.
switches.
Mm-hmm.
They'll help you towards the like, okay, actually this person is interested in you. I'll help you out. So it's
Mm-hmm.
flipping the role.
I mean, like a wingman.
Yes, yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. That's what it's
No, no.
already established
Okay.
that interest already. So
Uh, I would say like for me, it's
Okay.
based on. I mean, I'm just gonna share it like based on my experiences. Like I don't know, like ever since like I learned like about like heartache or like pinaasa or ganon, you don't want to ask for another
Ow.
My heart.
you don't want to ask. You don't want to ask for advice. To be honest,
Google. Dun, 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 dun.
hey, I'm way past that. I'm just saying like I'm sharing stories.
No, it's the song. Michael V.
You know what? I should have told you that prior to going live for this stream, you should have had, a bottle of beer on the side. Because this is like, a boys' night out with your big sister. All
I know.
right. Now we have a comment right here from Bianca O. She said, ang shaket. Relate,
Shakir,
sabi niya.
relate.
Ang shaket. Sorry, like what I said on the banner of the stream, this is gonna hurt you, and we're rubbing more salt to the injury. But we have to face the truth, that no matter how we're into the people we like, sometimes the ugly truth is that they don't like us back the same way we do.
Mm,
So
yeah.
yeah, and that is for number 8. Right? He never introduced you to his friends, or he makes you one of his friends or
Number 8.
his wingman. Drew, you have something to say about this?
I was keeping myself quiet because all of their comments are very substantial. Everything actually, but just to maybe synthesize what all of what they've mentioned. Where do I start? For one thing, in a relationship, whether it's I don't know, in a relationship, especially as you are starting up, you need to give time for the both of you to be meaning kayo muna. Okay? It's okay for you to just leave uh, your small world together muna, build
Mm-hmm.
yourself up, know each other, but eventually you will need to break away and introduce that person to your friends and to your family. Kasi kailangan mong mapakita maparamdam sa kanya, I'm getting you in this relationship. I am allowing you to exist in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Kailangan pakita mo sa circle mo na, guys, so proud ako kasi ang kadikit ko sa buhay ko, parang gano'n. I know it sounds very mushy, pero importante kasi yun eh. Parang recognition yun para sa kanya. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Parang, uy, official na tayo. Okay? Eventually, kapag
Yeah.
napunta na sa ganung endpoint. But be conscious, especially if after, for example, maybe a maximum siguro ng sas, wala pa talaga. Wala pinapakilala. Tapos parang, I think that's somehow a way for you to become very suspicious. So, bakit wala akong kakilala sa circle of friends niya? Bakit wala akong kaalam-alam sa parents niya? Sino sila? Taga saan siya? And so forth. Kasi,
Mm-hmm.
yun nga, you need to be involved at some point in the relationship. You need to exist in the relationship. You're not someone, hindi ka dapat itago sa closet. hindi ka hindi ka pwedeng ilagay sa baon na nandun lang para parang, uy, I need you, so get out. Hindi ganun. Okay?
Get out.
So,
Okay.
alam mo yun, parang
Push
you
and
need
pull.
you need yeah, you need to show them to the people in your circle for it to be a sign that your relationship is moving towards a direction.
Okay.
Kung
So,
kung nandiyan lang siya, it doesn't it's already a red flag for you.
mm-hmm. So it's safe to conclude that the early stages of the relationship or the courtship or the dating, whatever you term your situation, it's okay if you're not introduced yet to the boys or to the girls, right?
Mm.
Because in nga, serious, it's gonna be fun lang. So, yung next level na kapag pinakilala ka niya sa friends niya, that may mean that it's gonna get serious.
Yeah.
Diba? Kasi
Yeah,
now, it's
mag-wrap
parang,
up ka na.
nagiging official na yung presence mo sa buhay niya. Because ngayon, hindi na lang ikaw. Ini-involved na niya yung friends niya din.
Yeah.
Right? So, like what you said kanina, Sir Drew, if naman matagal na kayong nagde-date, like, I don't know, syempre, hindi ko masabi yung gauge nung tagal na yon dahil
Yeah.
relative yon to every couple. Pero hindi ka pa rin niya napakilala kahit sa isa lang na friend niya or whosoever, kahit workmate man lang na nakasalubong niya sa cafe. Like, hey bro, this is my girl. Kahit ganung, yun, informal way of introducing you lang to his circle, medyo magtaka ka na din. Or kung palagi kanyang dinidate, patago, medyo magtaka ka na din. You know, he doesn't want to be seen with you. That's another red flag.
Yeah.
Di ba? And it's the same for us girls. Sabi ko dito, if I may just, there you go. She has not introduced you to anyone in her world. Well, that's the equivalent for the girls. Basically, kaming mga babae, when we like a guy, even if we're just dating kahit nga naka-text lang namin for one day, alam na ng best friend namin. Definitely.
Totoo yun.
We couldn't keep secrets.
Can't.
You know, we're too excited to share every information. Alam mo yun, even our best friends are good at this. Sinabi lang namin yung pangalan, na-search na sa Facebook, nakuha na yung address, nakuha na yung bachelor's degree. Magagaling kami.
Dude, hindi lang yun. yung ugali pa, parang, besh, may sasabihin ako sa'yo, tapos alam na kaagad ko ano yun.
Yes.
That phrase says it all. Yeah.
So, you know, see the difference between girls and boys? Kayong mga boys kasi parang I'm gonna keep it to myself muna. I'm not gonna tell my boys until I'm sure about this girl. Kami mga babae, no. Girlfriend, may nakachat ako, nag-swipe right kami pareho. You know, something like that.
Parang kilala ko niya.
I'm sorry. I'm now breaking the girl code. My girlfriends will now condemn me. Yeah,
Damn,
but that's how we do it. So, if you're a guy, 'di ba? Tapos nakita nyo kami and our friends do not know you. That's probably a sign that we have not told you about. I mean, we have not told them about you. It means you're not someone we like talaga. Okay. Yeah, we have a comment right here from Bianca. Oh, she said, it happened to me before. Way back in college, he kept on asking me to, what's this?
Reto him.
Reto. From English kasi to reto him. I was supposed to say to reto. To reto him with my girl friends. Oh my gosh. 6 years later, I asked him why he never looked at me as a woman. He said kasi it seems like he wouldn't pass my standards. Oh, sad. So the situation is like this. Bianca had a guy friend, and this guy parang treated her like, you know, one of the boys. Nagpapareto pa sa ibang babae. And then eventually, when Bianca had the courage to ask the guy kung bakit, you know, it was never, or it was always platonic between the two of them, sabi daw nung guy, yung fear niya, baka hindi siya pumasa sa standards ni Bianca. This is crazy. Kasi for me, alam mo, kung gusto mo talaga yung tao, what are standards for? If these are walls created by the woman, climb them up. Okay. Diba? If you're really interested in the person and the person has standards which you feel you'll not be able to surpass or to meet, do something about it. But siya natakot sa standards mo? Are they too high? Or probably the person is not ready. He may have felt something for you, pero yun nga, your standards were too high.
No, kasi
just
that last sentence he said, kasi it seems like he wouldn't pass my standards. So of course that level has shifted higher. Kasi like you're just chasing that. I'm like you're not seeing eye to eye. So that's not fair. Because that last sentence is important. You got to remember that one's important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that kind of thinking came from the guy. It was the fear of the guy that he might not be able to meet Bianca's standards. Yeah.
Both sides. Talaga.
No, I think what Justin is referring to as how can I? The male brain is very strategic, so it finds out. It's trying to process information that best benefits yung. So for example, kung tinahin ganung logic sa comment ni Bianca, figure out niya yung mga possible outcomes ng guy. Na parang, what if ginawa ko? What if I reached her standards? What if I'm not meeting the standards at all? So which one is my win-win outcome? And basically ganun yung pupuntahan niya. basta dun sa alam mo niyang hindi siya masasaktan,
Mm-hmm.
meron siyang goal na makukuha. Really, it's not just, we cannot parang hindi nag-take risk kasi hindi siya nag-effort automatically. But it's more the dynamic of how, uh, if you recall in one of, I forgot what that was, pero there's one line there that we need to know battles that we could win.
Okay.
So, in this
Mm-hmm.
case, alam niya na doon sa isip niya strategy, mananalo siya doon. So, doon yung pinuto.
Mm.
Okay?
So, what
So,
you're telling us now, Drew, is that from the male perspective, kung meron kayong babae na gusto, pero yung standards ng babaeng yon eh hindi nyo ma-meet, you'd rather not take the risk because you don't want to get hurt.
not necessarily. We just know
Is that what you're telling us?
No, it's more of how we process yung circumstance, yung situation. Which one would best lead to the best outcome? Is it A, is it B, or C? Yeah. So A,
Okay.
may reason kami bakit hindi. B, may reason kami. C, win-win to. So parang, kumbaga, there is a lose-lose, win-lose, tsaka win-win. Yeah,
Prisoner's
ganun.
dilemma.
Yeah,
Prisoner's dilemma.
I see.
That's he's referring to. Now I see. Of course.
Okay. So, Bianca, from
Ate
the
Bianca,
male...
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
stay positive. Talaga, stay positive.
Yeah.
So that's how the male brain operates. Parang operates. Meron siyang plan A, plan B, plan C.
Sabihin natin ganito na lang. Men are more logical. Women are more emotional. Yeah.
Yes.
Ganun siya.
That's
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to understand how you see it. Kasi for us girls, I don't know if Bianca will agree with me, pero for us girls, if we set standards and you're interested in us, tapos you tried to meet those standards, nag-effort kayo, I mean, not really changing yourself to be exactly what we want, but you're showing us the effort para lang ma-prove sa amin that you're really interested. It tells a lot about you sa amin. We would rather have a guy, I don't know, this is me talking, I don't know if it resonates to the rest of my girlfriends. We would rather have a guy na, alam mo yun, against all odds, I'll prove to you that I like you, that I love you, kesa sa guy na nag-give up dahil lang sa tingin niya mataas yung standards namin. Because trust me when I say, even if we have standards as women, if we are interested in somebody, we are willing to make amends. We are willing to change or shift those standards. What if the guy tried? This is my thing. What if the guy tried? What if the guy told Bianca, I like you, and Bianca feels the same way? It could have been a different story now.
Actually, I was about to say that as well. Kasi what if, kasi ang nakikita ko to both parties, sorry Bianca ha, to both parties, ang nakikita ko dyan kasi is that you were not able to communicate with each other during that moment, during that time. So I'm sorry if I need to rub a lot of alcohol with this. Pero if only both of you were able to talk it out and was able to understand each other's side, maybe at some point it might be different. Maybe at some point there's an mapupunta sa isang output or sa isang outcome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but sabi nga niya dito, she made an additional comment. I see, Sir Drew, we are good friends until this day. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's all you could be. No, that's all they could be because Bianca's married.
Yeah.
Chinika ko talaga.
Wala nang pag-asa.
Ay, oo nga pala. Ayun.
Thank you for the info.
Yeah.
Good to know now.
Pero
Good to know
yun.
now. And like I said, she said this is way back to college, so it was like a lesson for her in a journey for her to do. So.
Yeah.
Well, they were young, they were in college, so not a lot of people will have the courage to really admit to the person that they like the person, diba? Pero yun nga,
Tsaka
if you could
besides,
have just, ah yeah, go ahead.
hindi, I was about to say na parang, besides, during that time, during college, we make the best and the worst decisions kasi. So,
Mhm.
Luckily, I'm still in
I mean,
college.
been there,
Yes.
done that. You know, dude, you know that. You know this very much.
Yeah, I know, I know.
So, so nandiyan yung mga parang the one who got away, yan, yung parang mga what ifs natin, yung mga sana, yung mga ganun.
Mm-hmm.
Kaso nang di na pwede, yung
Well,
mga ganun.
we all made bad decisions in the past. And you know what? Whatever the choices we made in the past, pertaining to Bianca's situation back then, sana it was a good decision that you did not end up with each other and now you're just friends. I know it's harsh to put it that way, but some people are better are off as good friends na lang, 'di ba? Parang you don't have to be romantically involved with one another. You just have to keep each other as friends. Kahit pa
Yeah.
you know to each other na mahal niyo yung isa't isa.
Yeah.
Am I making sense? Alam mo yun? You know that you
Yeah.
could have been romantically involved, but then you did not thrive to become a couple. Instead, you just settled to be friends. That's how much you love each other. Parang ganon. Aww!
Yeah.
That
I
hurts.
think it's, I, medyo ano siya, masakit, pero there's in that. Kasi alam mo yun, hindi na, at alam mo, hanggang ngayon, after so many years, kayo pa rin ang magkasama, kayo pa rin ang magkakilala. Di kayo magkasama sa isang bubong, di kayo nakatali sa isa't isa, pero at least pagkaibigan kayo, at least you share a bond for and with each other. And I think that's beautiful, more beautiful than to think of na parang instead of thinking na yung mga sana, yung mga what ifs, kasi the more that you think about them, you will constant loop of regret.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
so at least this time I can tell myself, I think I'm ready, and I'm ready to take the risk.
Oh, go for it, man.
I
I
I
mean,
pray for your well-being and your mental health that you succeed with all of your endeavors.
I was just
It's like a send off.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Laying of
Selfless
hands.
wishes.
Good
Let
luck.
the doves fry.
Yeah. I pray for you, dude.
hey man,
More-
thank you for the
Peace out.
Peace.
Okay. Now this is a male-dominated show already. This is no longer learn with me.
All right, let's
I'm gone.
Let's bring that to the channel. Technical difficulties.
I think this is the rowdiest episode I've ever had. So having to control 3 opinionated men. Yeah, but anyway, we have a comment right here from Sir Edward Kimbo. He said, #hesitation kasi. Yeah, we do have a lot of hesitations. Kaya minsan we regret, the choices that we made in the past. Nandun yung mga what if nga, what could have been. Those are things I hate. Kaya ako, I'm a go-getter. Like, if I wanted something, I go for it. If I want someone, I tell that person. Kasi yun yung in-avoid ko sa buhay ko. I'm trying to avoid in my life. Yung mga what ifs. What could have been. I want to know what could have been sa moment na yun so I wouldn't have any regrets. It may be risque, sabi nga nila, it may be a risky stuff na lagi ka lang go ng go sa mga gusto mo. But at the end of it, if that's what made you happy at the moment, then you don't have to regret anything kasi you were once happy. Even if the end result is, not fulfilling or not positive. Well, that's just me. Some people kasi are not risk takers. Some people would rather take the easier or the safest path. Yeah. Well, anyhow, ayan. We were on number 8, right? Now we are down to number 9.
Number 9.
Medyo na sidetrack tayo. But yeah, let's go back to number 9. He tells you he's not ready for a relationship and all he wants is to hook up. Justin, it's already 9:42. Do not hesitate.
Can I get my breakfast?
Okay. Well, that's for the male perspective. And for the female perspective, she tells you directly she's not interested. Like what I said, we're not playing around, we females, but with the males, well, they kind of play around. So, yun. Sasabihin niya, hindi siya ready for a relationship. But the truth is, he is ready for a relationship, but not with you. He's keeping you because he wants to hook up. Sexual desires, so to speak.
I'm referring back to what I said is lust versus love. Because
Mm-hmm.
when he said all he wants is to hook up, that's lust already. So that's already the main point there.
Mm-hmm.
Because in a way, maybe he went through a rough relationship previously, or he went through a trauma. Siguro na that's why he's afraid. Nah, I can't start a new relationship. It's like I need to feel something from my heart, pero it's lust versus and
Mm-hmm.
not putting love in. So it's the
Mm-hmm.
guy that doesn't really understand like what do I really want. So I'm just gonna chase for what it feels good, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to risk that same feeling. So that's
Yeah.
my take on number nine.
Okay. Cool. Dom, you still there?
I'm still here. You want to hear what my take is?
Of course we do.
My take is take
It,
out. None. If he says he's not ready for a relationship but he wants to hook up, he a man W.
Mm-hmm.
Reason being is like what are you doing? Like you're just using it as a what pastime? It's it's hard to explain because
Mm-hmm.
he like why don't you like you just stay hooking up like what? I mean it's on the girl too, but if she wants the same thing. But for me, if a guy says that, um, yeah, he just want that the lust. It's like Justin said, he just want that
Yeah.
affection, but not label, no label.
Mhm. Mr. Drew or
Sir Drew?
Ate. We keep
Well, we'll
leaving
leave it
Ate, but
to Sir Drew first. I've been keeping quiet.
yeah, actually, yeah. Um, how can I put it? Track what Dom said a while ago. I was able to think about this. Um, you need to have a label for things to work. Okay, you need to
Mm-hmm.
go back. We need to back up a bit. Affection is different from a relationship. Okay, being affectionate, committed. Yeah, I think that's a proper way to put it together. Um, Sometimes these people that we consider as partners, if they're there for you for maybe to bake cookies, to hang around for you to shopping malls or just anything that you spend together, but um, they're stuck in that loop wherein I just want to feel these kinds of the happiness, the comfort that I feel of that moment. But if they don't like the idea of having a label for the both of you, I think that's ano na parang just step away from it. You need to go back to the reality that the reason why you are with this person is that you have a label, you are in a relationship together. You're not you let me emphasize that you are having a relationship together. Hindi you are you have a relationship to this person. No, you are together relationship. So,
Mm-hmm.
alam mo yun, there are many reasons why you are not, you do not have a lot of, not have a label yet. Maybe he's not willing to commit. Maybe he's just asking for a companion or the affection, yung sinasabi ko nga sa inyo kanina. Maybe yun yung mga, pero once again, nung ibalik ulit sa reality mo na eto kami, bakit ganyan treatment niya sa akin? Eto kami, bakit hindi ako kilala sa ibang tao? Eto kami, bakit hindi ko maramdaman na proud siya kami? Yung mga ganun mga bagay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But sinasabi nga rin dito na parang, I could add na
Okay. Cool.
it's okay to have your relationship private, but never a secret. Kailangan
Yep.
mong kahit
there's
papano,
yeah,
alam mo yun,
there's two sides on privacy and secrecy.
Yep.
Yeah,
That is very true on that, Mr. Drew.
yeah.
Because I mean, because in my way, secrecy, it's like you are not confident of within yourself because you're
Mm-hmm.
just contradicting. And then with
Mm.
privacy, it's like that's when you have that you're actually giving respect to it. So
Mm-hmm.
there we go.
Yep. So you'd rather be private than secret.
Mm,
Mm.
Definitely. Yeah. Good points from the gentleman. Do you want to hear my side?
yes, please,
Yes, please. Yes,
Okay.
teacher V.
Go,
Professor.
go,
Yeah.
go, go.
Oh my god, my cousin, you sound drunk, man. Anyway, um, if a girl, well, like what I said, let me point this one out. Number nine, she tells you directly she's not interested. If you tell us that you're interested in us and we told you we're not, take it face value because we don't lie. We don't play around. Unless, like what I said, there's always an exception. Some girls would play around because they don't have other suitors or they're bored. Okay, they just want to keep you around for the time being. But in terms of this one, he tells you he's not ready for a relationship and all he wants is to hook up. Let me ask you a question. What do you want from him? Girl, lady, what do you
Yeah.
want from him? Do you want the same thing? Do you not want a relationship too? All you want to do is to hook up too? Then, if so, you're compatible, go ahead. Right? But if he told you bluntly he's not ready for a relationship and all he wants is a hookup, but here you are, you're looking for your partner in life, then stop justifying the situation for him to accommodate his wants. What do I mean by that? Maybe you'll tell yourself, "Oh, girl, for now he's not ready for a relationship, but eventually, maybe because of you, he will be." Oh, he wants to hook up, so let's hook up, and probably after that, he'll fall in love with you. He'll start showing feelings for you. Again, don't justify his actions just to accommodate what he wants and just to give in to what you feel about him. Okay? If he told you bluntly he's not ready for a relationship, take it. And all he wants is a hookup, take it. If you agree, it's consent. Both of you agreed to it, fine. But if you're not into it, don't engage. Like one of my favorite dating gurus said, Matthew Hussey, if I pronounce his last name correctly, he said, "Do not invest on people based on what you feel about them. Invest based on how they invest back to you." Meaning to say, if you're into this person but he's not investing much on you, then don't invest at all. Okay, if you just want to hook up, don't. If that's not what you want from the relationship. But bigla akong naging serious.
No, it makes sense. Like this, like especially in this time being, like everyone wants to be loved, but they don't want to take that risk. They don't want to take that, they don't want to be serious about it. They want it, but they
Mm,
don't want to be serious about it. That's the thing.
yeah. So, yeah, nako, I always live by that message of Matthew na do not invest based on your emotions, invest based on how they invest on you. If what they want is not a relationship, if what they want is hook up, then match that level. Okay, no relationship, but I'm out. Not gonna engage with you anymore because that's not what I want from the relationship anyway. Okay? Wag na yung aasa ka, eventually he will change his mind. Eventually he will fall in love with me. Don't. Because they won't. In the first place, if they're really into you, like what Justin said, if what they feel for you is love and they want to lead it to that, you'll know.
Mm.
Diba? You'll know. They'll show it. Okay? And for number 10, finally, he's never there when you need him.
Automatic
And
no.
she does not care about you.
Whew,
Come on. This is self-explanatory, but
of
let's rub
course.
more salt to the injury. Come on,
I,
let's
I can
hurt
add more
them
salt
some
to it
more.
because I experienced it.
Yep. So you'll know that the person is not into you, lastly, when he's never there when you need him. Kahit nagpapanggap kang may sakit, totoo kang may sakit, may kailangan ka. Just to get the attention of the person, you will do anything crazy, di ba? Minsan when you're interested talaga, you will go extra miles para lang mabigyan ka niya ng attention. But whatever you do, lying man yan or you're being truthful, he will never be there for you. Bad times, good times, he'll never show up. He's always absent in your life. And for number 10, she does not care about you. Uh-huh. That's true. Even if
Yeah.
you tell us how bad your day went, okay, that's all we'll tell you.
So the saddest part is when you tell the woman that, "Whoa, I'm having a bad day," and her only reply is, "Okay."
Yeah. No, seriously. If you
Yes.
get an okay reply, given that context, take it from there.
I tell you,
Yun na yun.
even if every time if someone ever experienced that, my only advice to you is if you see that, go to the bar, man, get drunk, because that okay is a lot. Only one word, two letters.
Mm-hmm. Actually, it's true what they say na parang the presence of a sign means something and the lack of a sign means something too.
Yes.
Diba?
I
So if
agree on
you're
that
not
one.
seeing signs, it means you have to read the other side of the coin. Parang you have to understand it from another perspective. O, bigla kayong tahimik ngayon kasi number 10 na. Kanina ang gulo-gulo nyo.
No, because this one is it's just straightforward, talagang self-explanatory. Because you have to understand it in a way na wake up from it. I mean, common sense. They
Mhm.
don't care about you. Okay, why would you waste your own time if they say you're having a bad day? Can you help me out here? I mean, because I will do it for you, but you're not gonna do it for me. So that's unfair, naman. Like f you. All right,
Mhm.
goodbye. And then same way with
Mm.
Mhm.
Mm.
But you know what? Sometimes kasi, Justin, dude, there are people na kahit na literally, alam mo yun, nasa harapan nila yung sitwasyon, they don't get it. Yung parang,
yeah.
he's not there for me. And they'll make up reasons in their head. Kasi baka busy lang siya. Kasi baka ganito. Kasi they feel something for the person.
Mhm.
Yun yung
Mm.
sinasabi ko kanina, that you don't have to justify their actions just to satisfy din what you feel for them.
Mm.
Diba?
Yeah.
So, wala
Basically,
lang, masakit. Sabi nga ni Bianca, cactus, cactus, cactus,
those
cactus.
cactus, yeah, masakit.
Masikip.
Tawag dito, let me quote what Amariso wrote sa Reflections of a Man. Sabi niya
Read that.
dito, yeah, I know, because of you, I was able to read this. Kasalanan mo kung bakit may kopya ako dito sa bahay. Sabi niya dito, particular to para sa mga, this is addressed to men. Yeah, addressed to men. Sabi niya dito, she needs to give himself completely to her without fear of consequence and without cause. I think that happens when you're already deeper in the relationship already.
Mm-hmm.
As you're able to establish who you are and where you are in the relationship. Um, pero it doesn't disregard the idea that even though you are still beginning in the relationship, you need to show that you care to the person. I'm not using the word love here because love is more of a feeling, but care is more of an action. So, um, if you really are interested to this person, you really need to give it. To give yourself to that person. If the person needs you, at least kahit naka-quarantine lang tayo, or at least man lang
Okay.
spend time, that's enough.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think it's also important to raise na you'll know that the person is interested in you na kahit hindi mo siya kailangan, nandyan siya.
Yeah.
Diba? You'll know that
Alam mo
kasi
yun.
they'll make their presence be there for you. Mararamdaman mo
Yeah.
yun talaga.
I would definitely agree with that. Yung presensya, importante yun eh. Yung presence ng tao na kahit alam mong wala siya, yung presence ng tao na alam mong he or she might not be physically there, to an extent, parang alam mo yun, dahil part step niya ang bawat
Mm-hmm.
segundo or minuto or oras na meron ka. I'm not stating it in a very macho way, but ano yun, based on the relationships na dumaan-daan na, I think nagiging mature tayo lagi kapag sa ganyan mga matters.
Yeah. All right, cool. Dom, you have something to say about this? Wow, there you go.
There you
Finally.
go, Dom.
You're on mute.
We don't hear you.
You're on mute.
Test your mic.
Okay.
Okay.
My bad. My mic's muted. My bad.
All right, your
my
take
last
on that?
on this one.
Yep.
She does not care about you, man. Stop efforting about for her. No matter no matter I know basic experience ko also ganito like I felt it like I tried many times for this woman back then, and I know I make mistakes. It's kind of like I need that understanding from that woman too. And then I told myself one day I'm gonna try. It's the last time. If she still doesn't care about me, I would give up. And I got that answer, and the rest is
History.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's all,
I'm very
folks.
thankful that it happened to me because I
Good.
grew stronger mentally, and my judgment are not poor anymore. Like now, I can judge properly. It taught me a lot of lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Pero iwas lang kayo sa mga manggagamit.
But yeah, but this is what I hate about good people loving the bad people. Ang dami nating ultimatum. You know what I mean? Hindi tayo makontento sa isang red flag. Like, oh, you don't care for me today? You'll care for me tomorrow. Okay, I'll try again tomorrow. And then next week and the next month until we're so burnt out na nothing is left for us na, oh my gosh.
Guilty.
I hate
Guilty
that.
about that. Justin knows too.
Yeah.
Based on the conversations that we had, talagang ganyan. No? Based on the conversations that we had with the network of friends that we've talked already, syempre hindi ko papangalanin. Tawag dito, marami kasi tayo marami tayong pinanghahawakan sa relationship. Marami tayong mga pangakong hinahawakan na ito dapat mangyayari ito eventually. Kahit alam natin wala nang chance.
Yes.
Pero para
Wishful
sa atin,
thinking.
meron pa yung parang we always consider that those things, those goals are self-fulfilling goals. Na parang all of a sudden in the near future it will happen as long as I believe. Girl, boy, it won't help. It won't help. You need to act on it. You need to.
Yeah. Cool. Ayan, sige. Yes, somebody's saying something? Justin, was that you?
I was going to say that like action speaks louder than words. Talk is
Yep.
cheap. You have to act on it. If you want to get it, you got to do it. No one's gonna do it for you. Ikaw lang. If you want to make a relationship work, you
I
gotta
do,
make
definitely.
it work and bring your other significant other to make it work.
Yep.
Yung sinabi ko yung best friend ko, I had a conversation with him last night na if you're having a problem with your girlfriend, you need to bring her. It's just one-on-one on you. Pero bro, it is your decision talaga. If you guys break up, they both will have their separate ways. So, because in a way, it's always that one side. Oh, I'm not giving effort, or you're giving too much. It's so one-sided. But when I told him like straight up, bro, it is on the palm of your hands now, or it's in your girlfriend's court. The ball's on her court. You guys just have to make ends meet.
Yeah, man, that's deep, man.
Hey, you know the best friend. Stop.
Are we talking about something personal now?
No.
Not to
it's an
get off
example.
topic. Like I'm just for me, uh, right now, like I'm just gonna share this. What I thought about like being in a relationship nowadays in here in especially COVID season. I would say like if it's like a LDR, stay stronger because you can't be together like for a long time because you're trying to isolate yourself and
Mm-hmm.
you're not trying to stay away from the virus. And about dating, everybody's taking advantage of Tinder, so everybody be swiping.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 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 uh.
Swipe right, swipe left.
Exactly. But other than
Mm-hmm.
that, just be cautious. Like you already know if that person likes you.
Okay. Don't. If you're not sure about the person.
Set a boundary. Set a boundary. Like you don't give everything. Don't give everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would say. Kasi and experience ko na I or experience na nagbigay ka ng lahat pero wala pa rin. It's you're not
Ouch.
Ouch!
you're it's
Heart torn, heart ripped. Knock out.
you want here's the button.
Oh,
That's harsh.
The OG.
the OG just passed the hole. Let's pay our respects. All right, cool. Now, since we've talked about the last item on the list, let's make a quick wrap up or recap. We have number one, he never contacts you first and he makes you wait. Number two, he cancels repeatedly. Well, now I'm talking about both genders, all right? I'm just referring to he for, easier reading. He is hot and cold. He is never jealous. And then number five is that he breadcrumbs you, which I hate. Number six, he does not give you his full attention or he does not do nice things for you. Number seven, you don't know anything about him or he does not remember anything about you. Number eight, he never introduced you to his friends or he makes you his friend by asking dating tips. Number nine, he tells you he's not ready for a relationship and all he wants is to hook up. And the last one is that he's never there when you need him. Now, your final thoughts. What will you do if the guy or the girl, well, girl in your case, you are crushing on or you're interested with, you feel like is not that into you? Probably out of this 10 signs, you get 9 out of 10. Any advice to our viewers?
I can start it. I mean, if the person's
Go.
not interested in you, get the hint. Take the hint. Like you'll
Mhm.
know the person's not into you. Like I said, don't overwork yourself out. Be positive. If the rejection hurted you, accept. Acceptance is number one when it comes to this type of relationship. Rejection.
Yep.
Rejection is number
Cool,
one.
cool.
Acceptance is like something that will help you. At least you don't give up. That's one thing. Don't give up. That's not the only person that you're gonna meet in your entire life. You could probably be someone better for you.
Cool. Anyone who wants to go next?
I have I took a photo, a
Mhm.
quote that says, "They'll never respect you if you keep giving them chances to disrespect you. Know your worth." And that makes sense because it refers to yourself. If you give yourself respect, your worth, and your confidence, everything will follow through. If you know that this person's not interested to you, Kuya's right. Take the hint, and then go in your own direction. Because malas mo, they might follow you in your direction, but at the same time, you just create your own
Mhm.
direction. So in a way, you're actually helping yourself. Because the only person you can give happiness and respect, sarili mo. If you give that to yourself, everything falls through.
Mhm. Cool.
That was
Beautiful. Sir
beautiful.
Drew. And it really
Me?
hurts.
Yeah, it hurts. Um, Nainggit ako, dapat may quote ako eh. Wait lang, ano ba magandang quote? Sige. um, okay, sige. From, this one is from a Buddhist, and he said, to love without knowing how to love wounds the person we love. So, when you're trying to start off a relationship or you're getting into a relationship, you personally need to understand the dynamics of love. Okay, I know love is a very complicated thing, but when you really try to put your goals into it, your direction, and putting a lot of effort, and of course, sabi nga ni Justin, how you're able to put value in yourself, then that will be shared to the person eventually. Okay, it starts with the self. Remember that, but eventually, at the very end of it, once you're together in a relationship, you share that experience to your partner, whoever that person is. Okay, so kailangan mong alamin kung ano ba talaga, paano ano ang pakiramdam na nagmamahal at minamahal, para eventually hindi mo masasaktan ng taong mamahalin mo. Yun na po. And thank you.
My name is Justin. Nice to meet you.
You know what? If we'll have a part 2, definitely we will one day again. I'm definitely asking you to grab some bottle of beer with you guys, because this is crazy to have 3 co-hosts who are all male. Right?
Don't worry, dude. I'm all set. I have 1 bottle of Chivas Regal here.
Well, it's too early for them because it's 10 a.m. in Virginia. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what you said, the 3 of you, I hope everybody was able to, take a piece or more from your words. Kasi these are men talking to us right now, ladies. Kasi mas madalas kaming mga babae, mas madalas kami yung mga nanghihingi ng sign to understand kung talagang yung guy interested sa amin. Or, sometimes guys do this too. Pero most probably, kaming mga girls talaga, kami yung in the, alam mo yung confused side kung gusto ba talaga kami ng lalaki or not. But, your thoughts were beautiful and I appreciate them. And to wrap things up on my end, well, let's put it simply this way. If you're seeing red flags, right on the very early stages or very beginning of your dating process with this person, if you're already seeing red flags and they're consistently being shown by the person, run. Okay? You don't have to understand or you don't have to validate or confirm na gusto ka niya or hindi ka niya gusto. Once you're seeing the red flags, stop dating the person. Why? Because when you start settling and you started to have, relationship or situationship with this person, trust me when I say, itong mga red flags na to, they will resurface in the process.
Oof. Talaga. Oof.
Kasi pinakita na nila sa'yo in the beginning, hindi mo ginrab yung opportunity to run. Now you're trapped. So the very moment they've shown you red flags, run. Stop dating them. Don't try to confirm kung gusto ka nila or hindi ka nila gusto. Because when they like you, you'll know. And when they don't like you, you'll be confused. Diba? So now, if you're confused, it means they don't like you.
Take the hint.
Diba? If you're confused right now, it means they don't really like you.
Take the L.
And thank you. I know it's easier said than done, Hindi kami nagmamagaling dito. The words that we tell you, probably we're not applying in our own lives, pero come on.
Take it what
Get some
resonate. Take one of our lessons that resonates with in your own experience in life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whatever resonates. Tama ka dun. Yeah, cool.
No date, no
That's why. Yeah, I also want to take this opportunity. If you're interested in my cousin Dom, he's single, ready to mingle.
I was about to say that a while ago. We are calling to all of you gals out there to please send in your resumes and I'll be reviewing them for him.
Give him
Please
some
include
loving.
Please include your name, your address, and your intentions.
You know how to reach me. It's on YouTube and Facebook. Give me a private message and I'll connect you to my cousin. Justin here is taken for I know, right?
No.
You're single?
He is very much
Yeah.
single, and
Okay,
I'm
both of
single
my
right now.
cousins are single. Okay, now we
So,
have two gentlemen right here, ready to mingle.
so ladies,
What do you
25
want
years
to meet a
old
man?
Gemini.
Ladies,
Cool,
not interested.
adventurous, romantic.
Ay, talagang.
gusto ko yung
All right.
ano,
Anyway,
yung
anyway.
minarket niya yung sarili.
Why not? Why not? Why not?
Yeah, man.
Anyway, any greetings? Any shout outs? Greetings before we end
Oh,
things here.
shout out to Lola, Lolo, Mama Cory, our cousins, at Ate Carla. Yo, I miss y'all. Soon, Philippines.
Eh,
Yeah, very soon. Hopefully, COVID goes away. Nah.
shout out to
Dom, any
those
shout out?
shout outs to those who shout outs for me. Thank you very much.
So who shout out in for you?
Okay.
I shouted.
Oh my
No,
god,
I
I
got
have
this.
crazy sets of cousins and friends. Okay, go ahead, Dom.
No, I was gonna say hi to everyone there, my relatives, especially Lola Lolo, my Mama Cory, Tito June, Tita Ten, Tita Pat, Patrick, Ate Carla, Ate Lay, and everybody else.
Have
Cool,
a nice
cool.
days. Nice guys.
It's like
Super
generalization.
nice.
Nice guys.
What about you, Drew?
As
Shout outs.
always,
Mga shout outs mo.
yeah, mga shout outs. As always to everyone, please stay happy. Please be well. Ingat po kayo lagi.
If this channel,
Dom, you're saying?
if your channel gets 10,000 followers, I'm gonna sing a song.
Oh, maybe we could do some. Yeah, actually, Justin plays the guitar and they both sing well. Sir Drew and I sing too. Probably could do another live where we could just, jam and have a mini concert on for them. Who knows? One of these days.
We'll see.
When
Cool, cool.
When
Well,
I'm free.
yeah. How do I say thank you to you guys? I mean, Justin waking up early, Dom waking up early. I know it's a Sunday.
I always wake up early. Sunday is the Lord's day.
Yeah, but I do appreciate you guys coming out
Yeah.
early.
Of course.
Just one request from you, and you said yes automatically. Thank you
course.
so much.
Hey,
Anytime.
5 years since I was back home.
Yeah, I know. Let's do this again. It was fun. It was
Absolutely.
crazy. It was fun. Yep. And Sir Drew, of course, my resident co-host, always being there for me as well. Thank you so much. I love you, the three of you. Thank you so much. And of course, to our viewers a while back from the beginning of the live stream until the end, thank you so much. Those who shared their 2 cents, thank you so much. We do appreciate you. If you like this live
Thank you.
stream episode of Ask V, do not forget to subscribe on YouTube. It's Learn with V, and we'll see you once again on Sunday for another live stream segment of the episode Ask V from the channel Learn with V. Bye-bye. Mwah. We'll see you. Ciao, ciao.
Peace out.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good day, good night,
Yo.
wherever you are in the world.
Night.
Good morning.